welcome to Two Nobodies with the mic. Continue saying, great job, 49ers!
The 5 best players ever in the NBA, Kobe Bryant is not one of them.
Ralph, you can't say anywhere that he doesn't belong in the league. Give me that amount of money, and I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Josh Allen will never make the playoffs again.
The SEC is straight trash.
This fool was a crumb bum.
Oh, he was in one of those vests?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Two Nobodies with the mic, episode 81, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We are live and direct on another beautiful afternoon in Downey, California. Guys, we are live, interactive on YouTube. You guys want to talk your shit? You guys have questions for the guru? Go ahead, let us know. Eddie Money will let us know what you guys are talking about. Thank you guys for joining us. We have a hype crowd over here, Rafa.
We got a lot of people.
A lot of all-stars.
Yeah.
A lot of returnees. Let's go through the list. First of all, congratulations to all the graduates. High school, college. We have some here in the house tonight. First off, Lil Ralphie. High school, Castaic Cougars, baby. Let's give
Castaic Coyotes.
Coyote, whatever. You say
Same shit.
Same shit. You say ketchup, I say tomato, man. Congrats to Ralphie. We have the main man, Big John's in the house, official.bta, graduate from Luther College. Say what's up, man.
How's it going?
Yeah, give a shout out to the page, man.
Hey, everybody go follow official.bta on Instagram. We have a website up now, too, so go ahead and click that link in bio.
Fire freaking hoodies. The Sandstorm hoodie, the baby blue, Carolina blue. I wear that shit all the time. I get compliments on it all the time. We have Luke, the water polo coach of the show. The crumb bum.
Hi.
Yeah. CJ Wowo's in the house with a nice haircut. Or woo woo. Should we go CJ Woo Woo?
Did you get a haircut?
Whoa, whoa. It should be super.
Big John, is that not black hair?
I would say that is
Black hair.
I believe it's black hair.
Like my hair type. It's not black hair. Black hair is like matted.
I mean,
What?
it's curly though, like black curly. You know,
Are we seriously having this argument right
We
now?
did it last week.
We did it
too.
last week.
Luke wouldn't know that.
This dude is saying he doesn't have black hair.
Bro,
That's not black hair.
People don't have curly hair. They have Negro hair.
You have Negro hair.
No, I do not. Rafa,
Okay.
do you guys?
Let's move on.
I don't have hair.
Let's move on.
I don't have hair.
We are not getting into this again.
We have to.
No,
we don't.
No, we don't.
No one cares.
I don't have black. I have black hair.
And no one can hear you either, by the way.
Sorry.
So, just took me out of my game, man. Who else do we have? Eddie Money, executive producer. What up, man?
Not mine.
How you doing?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, he's all uncomfortable already. We're like, we're already getting into the racist black hair issue. Special guest, we have this. The prodigal son has returned. His 1 week off for the whole summer. Sonny Santiago's in the house. Say hello to everybody. Get in the shot. Say hello.
What's going on?
Look at that guy. Yeah. Look at him now because
That's the guy right there.
he's going to be in Italy twice, Spain twice, Colombia.
Colombia too.
Yeah.
Wow. Busy summer. Oof. Man.
Having a good ass time.
Yeah. Sounds phenomenal.
Let's not forget the main man, the Cubano of choice, Rafa.
Man, I'm Cuban, bro. How you guys doing? This dumbass. Okay, whoa. This is a bowl right here.
Yeah.
This bowl. That's your new nickname. You're Bowl. You Bowl, dummy. Dummy. That's Bowl. That's who he is.
Yes. We all agree. So,
Jesus Christ.
what up, Rafa? How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Just came back from, dude, Rafa is imaging DJ Khaled, bro. This dude is hooked on fucking golf.
Except I'm broke. But other than that,
Well, compared to a lot of people, everyone's broke compared to that fool.
yeah.
That dude's balling. But
Yeah, he is.
how's the golf game coming along?
Oh, it's coming along.
Yeah.
It's one good shot, 15 bad. That's how it goes.
It's kind
Dude, that's all you need to get you back.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
just need that one
good shot. Yeah.
You're like, see, I got it in me. I got it in me.
But it's fun because it's the hardest thing you can do on, like, at our age or, anybody can get out there.
Think of a lot of harder things to do in golf.
Well, sports wise,
Sports-wise, yes.
sports wise, because you can get out there at your age. Giggity. How did you not hit the giggity there? Come on, man.
There's a
Jeez.
theory. There's a theory on this. The smaller the ball, the harder the sport. Would you concur
Yeah, sounds
or
about right.
not
Come on,
concur?
Sounds about right. Jay's fucking churning. Jay's fucking going wild. Yeah,
Giggity. Yeah.
it is.
I mean, think about it. Yeah. So that is the introductions, guys. We are the gambling show of record. We are not afraid to talk. Everyone has money on, I mean, the first guy that sneezes on the show.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. a bunch
I
of-
got money that fucking CJ's hair is 1,000% Negro
Dude,
hair.
you know what? Go get the 23andMe right now.
Dude, right
Let's
now.
do it. Let's
There's
do it
no
right now.
way.
Pay for that shit. I'll go get it.
Go get that
He
shit. I'll
said-
pay for
he
it.
said black hair is
I'll pay
mad.
for it.
Why did I bring
I
it back
guarantee
up?
you're
My bad.
67% fucking Nigerian. You out here talking about you Chululu tribe and shit. You're not chalk top or shock top or any sort of beer.
Motherfucker, you not from whatever island you
Hey,
from,
yes,
man.
I was born here in the United States of America, and I have 3% Nigerian.
Yes.
Talk your shit, cuz. Talk your shit.
Yeah.
The
Negro.
island, the small island of North America. Yes.
Yes, damn right.
So, guys, we only have one rule on the show, Luke. Do you remember what this rule is?
Don't be a loser.
Yes, don't be a loser. It's definitely not talking about black hair. That is fair game. Fair game on this show. So that's the only rule we have. That means gamble responsibly. Don't be a loser and freaking lose your kids' college fund. Right? Look at all
True.
these college graduates that we have here. CJ, yeah. All one of you. He's big enough to be 3 though. Like
For sure.
Yeah. He could take
Hold
up
up.
3.
I lost weight. Don't do me like that.
Yeah, no, he did.
I did. It's the first thing I said, Big John. I said, dude, you're slimming
He
down.
looks
man.
slim. He looks slim. I
Yes,
saw him the other
yes,
day
yes.
on Instagram. I was like, that ain't Big John.
He used to be
Dude.
3 1/4.
Yeah, he's
Now he's
now
just 3.
what's in between Big John and Small
He's
John?
medium
Like
John.
medium John. Yeah, it's motherfucking medium John.
Slim John. It says Slim Jim. Slim John.
John.
That's
Shit.
good. That's good. Guys, episode 81. I know you guys don't like to fucking talk about it, but the 81 is a star-studded number.
Oh, for sure.
And there's a debate to be had with 81. There is a debate. Who is your best? We don't have to go through all of them, but who is your
Ralphie,
best
take him the keys.
81 receiver of all time?
Let me give you a.
Should I go down the list of
No,
your
you don't have
options?
to go to the list. You don't have to go down the list. I'm gonna name a couple 81s. But first of all, there's one dude who is a killer on and off the field. Aaron Hernandez,
Oh,
number
yes.
81.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? That man
Literally.
was a killer on and off the field,
Yes,
baby.
Yes.
Aaron Hernandez.
The goat.
But and we don't know him by this number, but Randy Moss wore 81.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
but so what? There should be no debate then. He's the best player to ever wear 81. There's no
Okay.
debate. He's the best player to ever wear 81, but he did not wear 81 his entire career, so we see him as 84.
Yeah.
But he did wear 81. So, but
Well, you know the other option in this thing.
it's T.O. and Calvin.
Yes.
I'm a T.O. guy. I'm sorry. I'm a T.O. guy.
I mean, you don't have to be sorry. He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, his numbers speak for themselves. I think Calvin in a different environment, I just think he was maybe we've had this debate before, maybe the most talented receiver of all time. If you're talking about traits, 6'5", 237, 431, can do. I mean, if you're gonna build a receiver, I would build Calvin Johnson. If Randy Moss had some more, thickness to him, Randy Moss wasn't a route runner. I mean, he ran routes, but Randy Moss was,
He was just kind of a go get it.
you just
Yeah.
got mossed. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's a thing.
Like one game, he had 3 catches for 154 yards, 3
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like-
Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. Own them boys.
And so there's Tim Brown,
He's a turd.
Torrey Holt,
Torrey Holt.
Good.
Anquan Bolden.
I love
Very
An-
good. Phenomenal.
You know what Anquan ran in the combine?
4
4.68. Like he was a stud at Florida State. Standout, big name, and then he went to the combine. Probably should have never ran. And like everyone was like, wah, 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 and then had an amazing, terrific career. with Cardinals. He was on the other side of Fitz. He was just a solid football player, man. Like one of the most underrated football players. I always forget his name though. Anytime I'm talking in conversation, I'm like, that one dude, he was so fucking good. 81.
Oh, you forget it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But,
Tim Brown.
Yeah, he mentioned Tim Brown, the accumulator.
Don't mention the
Yeah.
accumulator. around him.
compiler, accumulator, compiler. First of all, he went to Notre Dame in the heyday of Notre Dame when like you put on that gold dome and like you know were a superstar back in the in the Lou Holtz days. So he was Heisman Trophy winner, and then I think his rookie year he tore his ACL. Never had that explosiveness, but was consistent for God. He played for 14, 15 years and just compiled. That's and I'm a Raider fan, so I'm not being a homer right now. But I'm going to go with my favorite 81 as Calvin Johnson.
No wrong answers, unless it's Aaron Hernandez.
That's a great one, though. Killer on and off the field.
He was, definitely.
Any other 81s, guys?
Phil Kessel.
Phil Kessel. Let me guess. Steeler.
No, he was a Pittsburgh Penguin.
Oh, there's actually
Still Pittsburgh.
There's actually
Still Pittsburgh.
a really good is it Hassa or Huza?
TJ Hushmanzada. No.
No.
I know who you're talking about.
Hockey player.
The Blackhawks player.
Yeah.
He was a
Oh,
monster.
Dude, like one of the best players. Yeah. So
Who's also one that, and I think he wore 81. I'm sure he wore 81. And he was a big disappointment in the NFL. But in college, man, Justin Blackman.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, my
Dude,
God.
You're right.
He wore 81 at Oklahoma State.
Yes.
He was on that Brandon Whedon team. Like, he can play. And then
Is Blackman the one where they asked him, like, if your mom's a hooker or something like that? Remember, like someone asked him a real
I thought that was
I feel like another. 81.
it was another
know
Oklahoma
what?
State receiver.
Des Bryant. Yes,
Des Bryant.
Des Bryant.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, man. They have. Think about it. That's where Tyreek Hill went at first. Got in trouble. Blackman, Des Bryant. A lot of controversial dudes over there.
Marcus Smart played at Oklahoma State.
That's right.
Also controversial as fuck.
Charles Germer said no. That was Mike Brown.
Mike Brown from who?
What's Chuck talking about?
Chuck. What?
Oh, is that Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's Chuck?
Oh.
What gibberish is Chuck speaking?
I don't know. He said that was Mike Brown.
Michael Brown?
Oh, that he's
Oh.
making fun of Mike Brown.
Oh, yes. Mike Brown
catches
reference.
strays.
He also
What
said
up,
it's
Chuck?
It's a Megatron episode.
Yes, Megatron, man. I mean, he is the ultimate 81. Uh-oh.
What'd he say?
Uh-oh.
What'd he
He
say?
said mom being a hooker. No, that's Mike Brown.
Oh, my. Oh, Jesus.
No, Chuck. No, Chuck.
Wow, damn, Chuck.
I'm going to stay
God.
the F away
Yeah.
from that.
Good luck with that one, Chuck.
Yes.
Woo!
Crazy.
I like it, buddy, but it's your world.
No.
I am not signing off on that shit. Although
Episode 82. Let's go into 82. Who's your favorite 82s? Let's do a 5 on that, guys.
man,
Let's get into this.
Chuck
Speaking
getting
of-
hot and
yeah.
heavy.
Chuck
All right.
might get fired.
Rick Flores is waiting for his big and tall size in shirts.
Oh, yes. Guys, my bad. Chuck, I mean, he's
My bad. Just my bad.
yes.
He's got to be like 3XLT and shit.
Dude,
Like,
Ricky
Yeah, it's a big
Flores
dude.
is a large Mexicano.
He's one of the biggest Mexicans alive.
Yes. He feels
Yeah, dead ass.
totally safe in Compton by himself at 2 a.m. Yes.
CJ doesn't even drive through there, and he's got black
No.
hair,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
They're like, look at that black dude with Indian hair over there. Unbelievable. So, guys, let's get into your fired. Every week we fire someone hypothetically, and there's never a shortage of people deserving of getting canned on a Friday.
There's so
evening.
many fucking people.
Never
Yes.
never.
I'm going to start it off because,
Flip this whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
don't nobody interrupt.
I'm going to start this off because, the crew got here early. Eddie Money brought a treat. Well, we're actually sitting here. This young Latina lady came over here. I'm like, who the hell? She has a box. I'm like, oh, he's like, oh, that's for me. And it was a box. I knew right away what it was. Garbage ass crumble cookies. Garbage. Straight garbage. Never liked them. They're horrible. I don't know what the whole hubbub or crumb bum is about with these things. They're not cookies. They don't they're like little cakes, and they're just not very good. I don't get the whole hype with the crumble cookie. Other than I don't get it. So that's who I'm firing. And everyone, I mean, you stick a good Nestle cookie in the oven. Those are the only cookies you need, man. That's what I'm
CJ
saying.
used to work there. He has a completely different opinion.
Yeah, but he probably fucking came up with the recipe. I just who here agrees with me? Who likes
Ralphie
crumble?
likes crumble.
Ralphie,
He likes crumble.
you like it?
Not all the flavors.
Is
though.
that your favorite? Like that's your go-to? Like let's get crumble. Yeah.
Nah, it's not like I need it every week. It's like let me check the flavors and see if it's something worth getting.
Yeah, people do that. Like they do that shit. These young kids, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Like, let me check the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should be checking out the single bitches at the bar. Is what you
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
doing. Not crumble cookie flavors.
Yes.
Why not both?
I don't think you do both. So
Yeah.
I say that's why. I've seen you walk in here with a box of crumbles. I've never seen you walk in
Bad
here.
bitches eat
I
crumble.
bet you crumble.
Oh,
Bad bitches eat crumble for sure.
Look,
Oh,
stop
man.
it,
Come
John.
on now.
That's her pickup line. Hey, baby girl, I got crumble
Yeah, I
back
got
in the
crumble,
bag.
They come back to the room.
I
They
got
come
real
right back to the room.
Let me
Come on.
check out these flavors I got, girl.
I got that French toast on
Oh
deck.
my God.
I got that
Jesus
French
Christ.
toast
A
on
little
deck.
snickerdoodle.
I got the cream on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here we
The
go.
party has shown up.
Yes.
So
Oh,
Well, guys, that is my firing. Valid or not, I'm interested in your opinion. It's straight garbage.
Jackie says vegan cookies from Sprouts are the best.
they're fucking way up there. Vegan chocolate
Hey,
chip.
listen.
I can't believe how good they are. Can't believe they're
So
vegan.
no eggs, no milk.
Bro, Eddie, I don't even know. I don't even
You
know.
just know they're good.
Dude, I don't know. They're just fucking good.
Speechless.
Dude, I don't even know. Like when you try, you're like, this shit ain't vegan. You're like, you're fucking lying. But no, it's unbelievable.
Chocolate chip or
Chocolate chip. Yeah, chocolate chip.
Rick Flores with his weekly grandma cookie comment. He says,
Hey, warranted
"They don't
right
know
now.
the deal. If it's not grandma's cookies, then get out."
Exactly. So that's who I'm firing. I would be so interested. You guys can't talk shit. Like talk about something you know. We know cookies
There you go. I like it.
and crumble, isn't it? Who's next?
Luke, you fired somebody?
Yeah, I'm firing TNT, the network.
For what?
For not.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, for not like re-signing the NBA. And I sent CJ the video, but Charles Barkley went on Dan Patrick, and Dan Patrick goes, "How's morale?" And he goes, "We're pissed. We're all pissed.
As
They
they should be.
they lied to us and said that they were going to put a bid
Yeah.
in for the NBA. We found out they didn't put a bid in for the NBA. They took all that money and put it to college football, which is still like smart.
That's the smartest
It's
thing
the
they
smart
should have
move.
done. There's no, dude, people don't watch the NBA.
But
Like-
you know what? That is their most popular show they have.
You have to remember that TNT is owned by CBS.
Turner
they-
Sports, yeah.
Their most popular sport is college basketball. So they do
Yes.
the entire tournament.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, and now they have hockey, but obviously they're not paying the money because they're not getting the viewership. That's what it comes down to. It's like CJ's bullshit argument last week about the ads on the video games. It comes down to money at the end of the day.
Yes.
The money wasn't there for CBS. They're going to find the money's going to be better somewhere else. That's it. Sorry, but they don't like your NBA bullshit. That's what it is.
It's like-
How many NBA games do you guys watch? I know
too
why you
many.
watch.
Too many.
I know why you watch. You don't count. How many do you guys watch? Playoffs. That's it, right? Playoffs, right? Playoffs, or not even that? Probably not even that. So that's what it is. It's a lot of people don't
Yeah.
watch this. And then when you give me on Tuesday night on TNT and I got to try and listen to Candace Parker and her ridiculous shit,
Yeah.
like Jamal Crawford has made fun of her multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why you don't listen to that.
It doesn't
You listen
matter.
to
That's
the
guess what?
flagship.
You're spending that amount of money because you're getting Tuesday night. You're getting Thursday night. That's what you're getting.
The
And they're
best, the best part about the whole thing isn't the games; it's the after show with Barkley and Kenny Smith. And
It's
Shaq.
not- it's
That's-
not worth-
That's the best part of the whole
it's
thing.
not worth billions of dollars.
Charles did offer a good because he owns his own production
Yeah.
company. He says that he's going to try and convince the whole staff, all the
I heard
crew
that.
to join his production company and then sell it to NBC or ESPN.
I did hear
They
that.
can't be on NBC. So that can't happen because they need to be on a cable show. They can't be on
Yeah.
regular TV.
Yeah.
So they would need to be on ESPN, and ESPN has way too many morons on their roster.
Well,
to bring these guys in.
NBC has Peacock. Maybe they go that route.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't keep doing that shit in every sport.
Dude, it's just
Well,
happening.
the rumor is if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Amazon Prime because the deal is NBC, Amazon Prime, and ESPN.
Well,
I'll be honest with you. When the NFL's on Amazon Prime, I barely watch the games.
Amen.
well, they had the worst.
I watch every single.
They had the
Amazon
worst
game.
track
Wow.
record. Like I think they had like one good game out of
Yeah, all
14.
the games are poopy.
They
Well,
were
now
like,
Michaels doesn't care either.
oh no, he doesn't give it two shits. But yeah, they were notorious for having the worst game. I remember, like they had scored like 72 points in like 5 weeks total, all 5 games. It was
Yeah.
really bad.
Well, it's Thursday night. It's tough to
So,
play.
I watch it while I'm in class, so
Yeah, way to go, buddy.
Perfect timing.
yes.
Jesus Christ.
Who's
Unbelievable,
next?
these kids.
Valid, Lucas.
Who you firing? You firing anybody over there, Big Black? Or no?
You know he wants to fire somebody.
Yeah. You
Come on,
guys
man.
for calling my hair Negro hair.
Use that lighter, Rafa.
I'm firing all Southern Border Ninjas under 5'5" who have the audacity to talk about Negro hair when they can't even see it because they're so damn short. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, Negro hair. That's all I'm saying. Eddie Money, you firing anybody?
I'm actually gonna promote someone.
Oh, I
There
like
you
it.
go.
I'm gonna promote Charles Barkley for calling out the WNBA players about being petty about Kaylin Clark.
I like it.
She's the reason they got more shit. She's the reason they're getting more attention, and everybody wants to see her fail.
Well,
No. Not everybody.
No, the WNBA players.
Just the women
Yes.
who play in the league who are now benefiting from these women. Like, listen, I understand why they're butthurt because they've been there for 20 years, 15 years. How long has Candace Parker been in the league? She was supposed to be the next thing. And people still didn't watch.
yeah.
The only reason we watch, they say, oh, it's because she's white. You know what? It is because she's white. I'm sorry. That's the fucking truth. It is because she's white.
That's not true.
That's 100% facts.
I think
100% facts.
she plays a lot like a Steph Curry.
Yes.
If she was a light skin, then
Dude, there's black girls that play like that.
no.
Just
Just
so
the
you know
range, I haven't seen it.
Do you know the girl from USC? What's her name? Do you know her
Juju
name?
Watkins.
Freshman?
Yeah, do you know her
She
name?
don't play like that.
Yeah, she don't play like that.
But she's good.
She's good,
but she don't play like that?
She's gonna be the
Oh,
best.
yeah, no, never.
She's more of a drive the lane and bounce
She's the
back.
In
reason-
comparison, Sabrina Ionescu though.
Who?
Sabrina
Yeah, Sabrina
Ionescu,
Ionescu.
and she's white. She was the big thing. She was the Kobe, like the one.
Yeah,
She's the one that has the
Kobe
shoes.
Bryant.
Remember I was talking about that last week?
Oh, that Kobe shoe.
Yeah.
Does she have the same range? The same? Because that was what
She's
really.
actually
She was the one
pretty
that did
solid.
3-point
Yeah,
contests
she's the one
against
that did
Curry.
the 3-point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the one that Curry made it look like it was close.
Oh.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a fucking joke.
Okay.
Dude, listen, the reason we watch, and I haven't watched one game for her on the Fever, not one. Last week I was in Vegas. They didn't have the game on one television in the sportsbook at the Bellagio. Not one. Not one. And then we bet the Aces game. We're like, oh, can you put the Aces game on? That's a local team in Vegas. Sportsbook's like, we can't show it.
I'm sorry.
Swear to God, they couldn't show it. The game was on ABC.
Rick Flores goes, did Rafa just say we watch WNBA?
My fault. My fault, Rick.
Got your ass.
My bad, player. My bad. Well, I haven't watched one game with her on the Fever. I've checked the stats, though. I've seen it. Her stats have been terrible. I have seen it. But at the end of the day, these women that have been there for 10, 15 years, Diana Taurasi, nobody tuned in to watch you. There, people are now watching because of her. And if she doesn't do well, in 2 months, nobody's watching again. When the Olympics come around and the Olympics come back, after they come back from the Olympics, nobody's going to watch. They're going to forget all about it.
Well, Barkley, his whole thing was he went off of LeBron's comments, and LeBron came out on JJ Redick's their little show, and he said, "Guys, you guys need to stop freaking hating because she's bringing you eyeballs, and you need her to succeed." Now, obviously, like I agree with you, Rafa. They're butthurt, they're pissed, they want to show that they're good too, but the whole thing is these women are acting petty. They're whatchamacallit from LSU. She deleted, she deleted a tweet already. Like, dude, Caitlin Clark never mentions her, and she's constantly, Reese is constantly talking about Caitlin Clark.
Big dogs don't look down.
The other one, Jamel Hill. Oh, because she's white and she's straight. She's not a lesbian. Well,
Come on, man.
I'm just saying
That's just ridiculous.
that's pretty accurate. Listen,
People don't watch because she's white and straight.
No. That's not why people watch. People didn't watch women's before. What she's saying is, she's privileged because she's white, and people are watching her because she's white and she's straight. Well, probably yes. That's because it's exactly because women are. When you see a woman, women are beautiful. All whipped. Seriously, dead ass. I don't want to see a woman wearing fucking jeans and a shirt. You look like a man. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to see women that look like men play basketball. Bottom line. I'm just telling you the truth.
It's like
if you shrink the shorts, shrink the shorts, shrink the t-shirts, the jerseys, maybe everyone's watching.
I'm pretty sure they don't wear jeans during the game.
What I'm talking, you know what I mean. I'm talking about while they're walking around. No, and nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see it.
Medea on the court.
But exactly, I'd rather see Medea. Medea at least wears a dress. Medea wears a dress, man.
Marlon Cortez says, talk your shit, Keeks.
There you go.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Jocelyn also in here says, big fan of Rafa.
Who?
Jocelyn.
That's my daughter.
Yeah.
What an angel.
I know, that's why.
What an angel.
I was like, why did he say who?
Anyone else?
I forget her name sometimes.
No firings. No firings.
Kuza asks, y'all play pickleball Tuesdays 3 p.m. at Temecula if y'all down.
Damn,
Oh, man.
I gotta
We
get.
should-
I
we
can't
should
get into
guess.
pickleball next. I'm already way into golf. I have a feeling if I get into pickleball,
Dude,
I
homeboy, Rafa will show up with knee braces.
dude, the whole
headband,
I will never
the
wear knee
most
braces.
expensive pickleball racket, like a $600 graphite pickleball racket.
Knee braces, I will never fucking wear knee braces ever. I used to play basketball with a white dude. Show up in knee braces, it was trouble. Like you were getting hacked 10 times. Like, bro, why are you wearing the knee braces? We should be wearing everything. Like knee braces are a no for me. But pickleball, dude, that might be next. That might be wild.
Jocelyn
Yeah.
goes, well, you said, like, who's Jocelyn? She goes, damn. And then you start talking about pickleball. She goes, you won't keep up a pickleball. Don't lie.
What a hater. What a hater.
I love it. I love
Ryan
it.
Holmes says, I need to see Rafa play pickleball.
Oh, dude. we
Oh,
got-
is this a challenge? Are we
You
going to have to do
gotta
this? Give me
stream
a
it.
week
You
to
gotta
train.
stream it.
You and Eddie
Yes.
play
Oh,
pickleball.
my
Yes.
God. We're going to have to go out there. These fucking people.
Yes, the Islanders against the American Indians.
That'll be fun to watch.
Let's do that.
So I'm going to fire the Los Amigos golf course today here in Downey.
Ugh.
Dude, what a shit show, bro. What a shit show. I was going to fire also the people with Caitlin Clark, so I can't do that. So you're promoting. I was going to fire a couple of them, but so terrible golf course, by the way. The course is okay. Your management sucks. There should not be 10 people waiting to tee off on a hole. Bottom line. But anyways,
Tell him.
as you were.
Jocelyn said you would need months to train, not weeks.
I know.
You know what? I'm playing pickleball tomorrow morning.
Yes, dude.
Don't fucking-
That's all he needs is a challenge. That's
That's-
all
dude,
Rafa needs.
Do not do that. I'll be fucking in the morning. What are you doing? Training for pickleball.
Yeah.
Boo, 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 boo.
Yes.
Bobbing and weaving.
I can see Rafa
Rafa's
doing
gonna be
suicides in the gym. just
Oh,
fucking
dude, I haven't
back
done
and
those
forth.
since 6th grade. Fuck. Man, Mr. Caesar used to get his heart.
Anyone else? We'll give you like a 30-second chance to fire someone if you pissed off at work. Go ahead, let us know. Ralphie, you want to fire someone, man? No, you also want to fire the golf course as well.
No, he liked it. He don't. Fuck him.
Well, guys, that is your fired for this episode 81. We have a shit ton to talk about. We have NBA playoffs, but on this show, NFL is king, and there's never an off season. And last week we did the NFC East and AFC East, so we're gonna go all the way across the country and do the West. The West is the best, man. The West is the best. Who do you want to start with? NFC?
Yeah, let's do the NFC West.
NFC. We'll start with the least, the worst. So we'll go NFC West, and then
The worst. This
Well-
fucking guy.
well, we're more intrigued with AFC West. Obviously, we
You
have
fucking homers.
a Chiefs fan right here.
We're going
Oh,
for that
yes.
three
Fans
peat.
right here.
Oh my god.
No.
Let's talk about
We'll
it.
get into that.
We'll get into that. So let's start with the NFC West. We'll start with the Seahawks. We'll go from the back to the front.
Rafa's favorite city in the world.
I cannot stand Seattle. The
You sure?
people from Seattle, the people who live in the motherfucker, I cannot stand them.
You won't even have Starbucks coffee because it was born in Seattle.
Oh God, Pearl Jam too. Can't listen to them.
No, what? Dude, Nirvana?
No,
Wow.
No.
That's
can't
just
do it.
straight hate, man.
sorry. It's a terrible city, man. Sorry,
All right.
sorry.
The
Shit
Emerald,
happens.
the Emerald City.
Yeah,
Rainbow City, great songs.
yeah.
Yes. So let's start
Anyways.
off with the Seahawks.
I'm gonna say I think the Seahawks win 7 games.
Did the Seahawks draft? Who'd they draft in the first round? I mean, they had a pretty good draft the last 2 years. I think they went. Did they go defensive tackle in the first round? I can't remember. Or they went left tackle. which I didn't get because they had two really good first round. They had Cross and the kid from Washington State who got hurt last year. They had pretty decent tackle play, or maybe they went guard. I don't know. Anyone know who they drafted in the first round?
It's Seattle. They shouldn't even matter.
Oh, come on, man.
They shouldn't even matter. But we're gonna cover them. I think 7 games. But let's go through the schedule and see what we got.
All right, let's
So,
see.
Defensive tackle
Defensive tackle.
out of Texas, Byron Murphy. The
Oh,
second.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good sign.
By the way, Kyrie's had to have missed at least 6, 7, 8 shots in a row here in this quarter. Like he is literally. There's another miss by Kyrie. He got. Oh my God.
His over under. I mean, Seahawks over under is 7.5.
Oh, and I got 7.
And the over is slightly juiced at 120.
Well, let's start off with the opening game. What do we got, man?
Week 1, home against the Broncos.
Oh, that's a win.
That's a dub.
Week 2, at New England against the Patriots.
That's a win too.
That's a win as
That
well.
might be a tougher game than what we think. But we'll give them a win.
Only because
What
Did you hear Big John?
do you say?
I think they lose.
All right, Big John, I like it.
I like Drake May.
I like you,
I
Big
think
John.
Drake May gonna get it done. In
I don't like all that, but traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast, 10 a.m. kickoff probably. You know, it'll be tough, but we'll give them a win for now.
yeah.
What else you got, Big John or Eddie Money?
Week 3, home against the Dolphins.
As a loss.
That's an L in the sun.
Week 4, they go to Detroit and play the Lions.
That's
Loss.
an L.
Week 5, home against the Giants.
I'll give them a win. I'm gonna give 'em a win.
Seattle, the 12th man, they play well at home. It's a tough environment. They play well at home. So that is
I'm gonna give them a win.
that's a win.
Week 6, home against the Niners.
Loss.
Thursday night.
Loss. It's getting scooped right there.
Can we say a split?
Hell no. Can we say a split?
All
A
right.
banana split, maybe.
It's they have one of the best. They're like in the top 6 of winning streaks against the team.
Yeah, no, they're tapping that ass. Like,
Week 7 at Atlanta.
loss.
Week 8 home against the Bills.
Loss. Guys
Week-
might not win a fucking game.
Week 9 home against the Rams.
I say they split that.
That's a split.
All
So
right.
they're at home. We'll give
I'll
them
give
the
them a
win there.
split.
Week 10 to get a bye.
That's
and,
a win.
And then they go into San Francisco and play the
Loss by a million.
Niners. By a million on a bye week.
It's a bye week. Who the fuck's their coach?
Damn.
You act like they got Andy Reid sitting over
Who
there or
did
something.
take over there?
The defensive coordinator from the Ravens.
Yes, that's right.
And there's the first half over with the layup.
Bang bang.
Week 12 home against Arizona Cardinals.
I think they split Arizona.
I'm gonna say win.
I think they lose.
I think they
that's a
split
home
with
game
Arizona.
in
I think they
Arizona.
split with Arizona.
Yeah.
Week 13 they go to New York and play the Jets.
Oh, loss.
Week 14 then they go back. They go to Arizona this time.
That's a loss. We'll do the split.
Week 15 home against Green Bay.
Oof. Gotta give them a win. Not that I want to, but I need to find 7 wins somewhere in there.
You'll find them right now. Week 16 home against the Vikings.
Yeah, it's a win.
That's a win.
Week 17 at Chicago against the Bears.
At Chicago.
At Chicago?
in
I think
the
that's a win.
Elements.
I think that's a win. Fucking elements. I want to see Caleb play in the elements.
Dude, that's a lot of freaking wins. You're way over 7, I believe.
No, we're not.
Week 18 at the Rams in Los Angeles.
Loss.
That's a loss because we split those. So 1, 2, 3.
There's 8,
4,
but you can
5,
take the Green
6,
Bay off the
7,
way.
8.
I think 7. The Green Bay, I only thought I needed a win in there. So I think 7. I think 7 and 10 for the Seahawks for me.
All right.
That's what I think. So under on the Seahawks win total.
There you go.
You'll get that
Heard it
at
here
plus
from
money.
the guru.
By the way, Dallas and Minnesota at halftime, 48-60. Dallas went on a little run there to close the quarter. I think 6-0. So
We'll get into that later.
And do the Cardinals?
Cardinals, my favorite team. It's my new favorite team.
Get
They're
into
gonna be
it.
a fun team.
Yeah,
They're gonna be a fun team to
They
watch.
are
I
gonna
think
be
they're gonna
fun
win.
to
I think they're gonna win 8 games.
I love that.
Wow.
Fuck. Bye money. Shit. 8 wins. I'm gonna give the Arizona 8.
Let's see what they got their win total at.
6.5.
Over at Bam.
6.5.
Bam.
A lot of holes on defense.
I like the over. Over
I
in
don't know.
Arizona.
Minus
Kyler Murray, I think, is
150.
going to be healthy. I think my boy's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Marvin.
when
got a
has
good
Kyler
offense.
ever played a full season?
The hate.
No, that's not 8. That's just a
It's-
question.
He played a full year the year they started 7-0 or 8-0. Or whatever it was.
No.
Yeah, Hopkins is the one that got hurt. He
Yeah.
finished the season.
I think
Did
he
he?
started his first 2 years in the fall, and then that's when the injury.
I think they win 8 games. They're going to be a surprise team. in
Dude,
the
I don't
NFC.
know, dude.
Let's see.
Two-
What do we got?
2024 NCAA is coming out. Kyler Murray's going to be on that game 24/7.
Nah, he's on Call of Duty. He's on Call of Duty. Not Madden.
What do we got?
Week 1 at Buffalo.
Loss.
Ooh,
100%.
yes. That is a L.
Week 2 home against the Rams.
I think they split the Rams.
Yeah.
Week 3 home against the Lions.
Loss.
Loss.
Week 4 home against Washington.
Win.
Week 5 they go to San Francisco, play
Loss.
the Niners.
Loss. They're getting scooped.
Week 6 at Green Bay.
Loss.
Loss.
Week 7 home against the Chargers.
I think they win that game. I'm gonna come out there and say they win it. Shocker game. I think they're gonna be dogs by 3.5. I think they'll win that game. I think they win that game. You're a Harbaugh fan.
I cannot wait to see what you pick as a record for the
Chargers?
the camping
Chargers.
the camping.
Oh
Jim
yeah,
Harbaugh.
no, you're gonna be excited.
2-16. Week 8 at Miami.
That's a loss.
That's a loss. Big fucking L.
Week 9 home against the Bears.
I think they win that game.
Week 10 home against the Jets.
Loss. Absolute loss.
Week 11 bye.
They win that.
Then they go into Seattle week 12.
I think they
Loss.
split with Seattle.
Yeah.
So whatever which way it is,
Yeah.
a 1-1.
Week 13 at Minnesota.
Oh, they win that.
And week 14 they play Seattle again.
That's 1-1
That's a
right
win.
there.
Week 15 home against the Patriots.
They win that.
Yes.
Week 16 at Carolina.
They win that.
Week 17
Ooh.
at the Rams.
It's 1-1 with the Rams. So whatever which way.
At
you
the
wanna
Rams,
do
a
it.
loss.
And then week 18 they play the Niners.
Yeah, it's an ass whooping.
So you got 1, 2,
Week
3,
18?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's my number. 8 wins for the. Take the over on the Arizona Cardinals, baby.
I like
Arizona.
it.
What so far? What's your hate with Vikings so far?
I don't hate the Vikings at all. It's just as a young team, and
But you gave them a loss against
Yeah.
Seattle.
yeah, because they're
At-
on the road in Seattle.
Okay, well, you just gave the Cardinals a win in Minnesota.
Later in the season, I think Arizona's going to get it clicking. Trust me, I like Minnesota. I'm a JJ dude, bro. JJ will be second in offensive rookie of the year. That's my opinion.
I don't think he starts.
Okay, go fuck yourself.
No, I love
Who's gonna
JJ.
start over him?
They hate
They
Nick Mullins.
O'Connell loves Sam Darnold for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah, that could happen.
Loves Sam
Stop it,
Darnold.
man.
Yeah.
San
Stop.
Clemente Titans.
I
man.
love JJ. Let's not get that
Oh,
twisted.
of course you do.
Oh, yeah.
Michigan. Let's get on to the next one.
Of course, he's a.
Let's do the Rams, baby.
All right, so the Rams, their win total, let's check it out.
I'm gonna go really low. I'm gonna say 7.
No, I think it's going to be. I like the Rams to go 9-8, and I think their total is 8.5. And 9.5 would be
I say-
stupid.
7
I
and a
like
half.
that. I like that. I agree with.
What's their
Ralph on
win
that
total?
8.5.
8.5.
one.
Look at Rafa.
Minus
called the guru for a reason.
140.
Minus 140 over 8.5.
Wow, it's a lot of
Over 8.5.
Yeah.
Minus 140.
a lot of Hugo.
Yeah, I take the over there. I take the over on the Rams.
By the way, Marlon Cortez said Black Ops 6 will be dropping shortly after the season, so they're gonna suck.
Oh, the hate. No, we're gonna fucking ban it in Phoenix.
Let's do it.
No, Black Ops 8 in Phoenix. You shut the whole Wi-Fi down in Phoenix for that game.
Rocha also asked, why is Sam Darnold still in the league?
Because people like Eddie love him. That's why.
And he's a cheap backup.
Because
He's-
you know what?
He's the new Matt Moore. Is he going to be the new Matt Moore?
I think he's the new Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniels
Ooh.
wishes he was Matt Moore. So
Dude, when you
Yes.
get drafted to the Jets or when you go into the Jets and it totally F's you up, man.
well, it wasn't that it was the Jets. It was a bad fucking team.
Well, he
Don't
got-
blame that. Mark Sanchez succeeded for a little bit there.
Yeah, he got effed and then goes to the Panthers, gets effed. Remember, people forget, start of last season, I'm pretty sure CJ will attest to this. There were rumblings that Sam Darnold might be
Those
the
rumblings
starter.
were started by Eddie. Eddie started those rumblings. There were no fucking rumblings. Eddie was the fucking key.
I did. I planted that rumor.
Eddie put it on every Twitter.
Dude,
17 burner accounts. All Niner Insider
I
one.
do that shit, by the way. Like,
Niner bang bang gang bang.
after
Insider.
Yes.
It was all Ed.
I
He
do
started a Tom Brady rumor 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dude, I've been still trying to get that shit.
He's trying to
back.
get it off the ground.
I'm just trying to get that off the
He's
ground.
trying to get he's trying to get it up.
Yes.
Giggity.
Someone said Roger said he's the new Andy Dalton. Don't do
No,
that.
Hell no.
Andy.
No,
the Red
man.
Rifle, man. Don't
Dude,
disrespect her.
Andy had
Yeah.
really good years. Sam Darnold
Playoff
has
years.
never had good years.
Hey, USC.
Yeah, and even then it was a struggle.
All right.
Oh god.
Okay, let's get into the Rams, guys.
Week 1 for the Rams. We have at Detroit.
Loss.
Week 2, we got at Arizona.
Win.
Week
Well,
3,
1-1.
No,
They're going 1-1.
let's go
But let's
loss
split
there.
1-1.
Yeah.
Week 3, we have the Niners home.
I think they split with the Niners this year.
Oh,
Doesn't Shanahan own
Yes.
McVay?
I
Like,
think they
Last
Liz
season was his
at-
first career win against
Wow.
I think they own him in the,
Shanahan. And the
playoffs.
Niners sat
I
all
think
their
I
guys.
think they win one this year.
All right.
Not that one. But they might win one.
They won't win the win at home in week 3.
No, they'll win the one. When's the one later? Is it like 17 or something?
So we're giving
I don't
we're
know.
giving
We'll
a
see,
loss
we'll see.
then.
We'll see. I think they should go 1-1 with the Niners, whichever way you want to
Okay.
play.
Week 4 at Chicago.
That's a win.
Week 15 home against Green Bay.
Week 15 or week 5?
Week 5. Sorry.
At home?
Home against Green Bay. I wouldn't say loss.
Wow.
A lot of people have Green Bay in.
Yeah,
a
they can
freaking-
have them. I think at home, I think they can win that game. But go ahead.
I think that's a win.
I think so too.
All right, I'll put it down as a dub.
Then they get an early bye, week 6.
That's brutal.
Brutal
That's
as
tough.
well. Then they go to Vegas. Oh no, home against the Raiders.
They win that game. After a
Home.
bye, McVay, after a bye, lock it up. I'd like to see you don't think so, Ed?
No, I
After a
do
bye?
because I hate my quarterback. So
No,
yes.
but still, even it doesn't matter who your quarterback is.
Really?
Dude, after a bye, McVay is a phenomenal coach. You
No,
think
he's a great coach.
He does have some crazy stat where he has like 2 career losses off the bye.
Yeah, after
No,
a
no,
bye,
no.
there's coach Bill Belichick, Andy Reid,
Yeah,
like
no.
those guys. That's a
Mike
fucking thing.
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Steeler fucking yeah.
Week 8, quick turnaround Thursday night football, home against Minnesota.
They win that game. Tough though, but they win that game.
Wow.
Short
Again,
week.
hasn't given Minnesota.
Minnesota-
I
Oh,
haven't-
very good.
I'm gonna give Minnesota 0 fucking wins against NFC West, just so you know that. So next week when we cover that division, 0 fucking wins against the NFC West.
I need to create an Excel spreadsheet to make sure all our assumptions are lining up.
Yeah, do it.
Well, they
do it.
won't,
Do
but-
it. They
No,
won't,
they
but we don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
Week 9 at Seattle.
A 1-1. I just split that.
Week 10 home against Miami.
Week 10.
Man, dude, that's an L.
Wow.
Oh, show.
After week 10 is when Miami goes into the shithole. So
So
they're
all right,
gonna win.
So they're still gonna win
Yeah.
that. All right, let's go to the next one.
Week 11 at New England.
They win that.
Win
Week 12 home against Philly.
I think they win that game.
home against
Mhm.
Philly.
I think they win that game at home.
Okay. Okay. Week 13 at New Orleans.
I think they can win that game too. At New Orleans.
Dude, that's a tough place. to
It's a
play.
tough place to play.
Okay.
I know. Atlanta figured it out somehow.
Last time
year, I
they
think.
played there, they got away with a nasty.
Yeah.
nasty
I think they
call,
can win that game, but let's go on to
Alright.
the next one.
but Week 14 home against the Bills.
Man, I love the Bills. I think the Bills win that game.
Yeah,
Then they play the Niners
Oh,
again
wait.
week
Yeah, yeah.
15.
that's.
I think they go 1-1 against the
so
Niners.
that's a
So
win.
whichever which way it happens.
Week 16 at New York against the Jets.
Tough one. I think they lose that.
Week 17 home against Arizona.
They split
At
Arizona.
Arizona? So that's a loss.
I think they're
Home.
splitting whichever which
Home.
way it
At
is.
home. Okay.
Yeah, they win that.
Is that it?
And then week 18 home against Seattle.
They win that. They're splitting with Seattle.
Yes. So that's a win, dude. That's a lot of dubs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
No, you had a couple in
yeah,
there.
yeah,
It's to me, it's 9. Whatever it is, 9 and 8 is what I think they're going to be at, which is over their win total. So over on the Rams, 8.5 minus 140. I think they win 9.
They shocked the world last year, man. No one thought they were going to be good, and that running back, I forget his name. He was,
Kyron Williams.
dude. He was
He also got
amazing.
injured.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's gonna
He's
miss
hurt.
the whole off season.
Really? What did he have? Achilles or
Surgery, something. Not Achilles, but he
I
has
think
surgery.
their receivers are really good. Phenomenal coach, quarterback.
You lose the soul of that team. Did you see what they're going to do? They're keeping Aaron Donald's locker
intact?
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gonna,
he might fucking get bored at
Yeah.
the beginning of September. Be like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
Bench pressing 500. I can do
Yeah,
it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
and he can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the dudes that can do it. If they're going to make a playoff run, he said he hated preseason and all that shit. So
We'll
I
see.
think that's sensible, actually.
I think the Rams 9 and 8. Let's go on to the Niners. I'll say it now. The NFC champ.
Well, I told you last week, the 49ers are the only team, according to Vegas, that is favored in every single game. So, they're obviously the favorites as well.
I'm going to say Niners 12 to 13 wins. That's what I'm going to give.
Wow.
What's their total? Like 11.5 or 12.5?
Memento. They are 11.5, and the under is favored.
I take the over.
Are you serious? They must have a crazy hard schedule.
Let's look at it. I like the
we're gonna
over
see it right
on the
now.
Niners.
Let's go over.
I
that
like
shit.
12 to 13, but let's look at it.
Because
Let's go.
they slept walk through 13 wins like nothing
like
last
nothing.
year.
Week 1, Monday Night Football, home against the Jets.
Tapping that ass.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to the jungle.
We're all gonna light a candle for Aaron Rodgers and hope
Yeah.
he survives that
just
game.
gets through the whole fucking, just gets to
The
halftime.
warm-ups, yes.
Week 2 at Minnesota.
Tapping. 0-4. I told you. 0-4 against the NFC West.
Week 3 at Los Angeles against the Rams.
They're 1-1. I think they're going to go 1-1.
So that's a loss then.
You can put loss
Okay.
early. You can give them a win later, whatever.
Week 4, home against the Patriots.
Yes.
Ooh.
Lock.
That's
Lock of
that's
locks. It might be
Bosco.
favored
That's a
by
50 burger.
They
That's
might be favored
Bosco
by
versus
4
Paramount right there.
might be favored by 14 and a half
Yeah.
to 16 and a half in that game.
Week 5, home against Arizona.
Yes, tap. They're scooping that.
Week 6 at Seattle.
Scoop that. All of it.
Week 7, home against Kansas City.
I think they lose that game.
At home.
I think they lose that game.
They're going to lose one of these next 2 games.
I think they lose that game. What's the next game?
Home against the Cowboys.
Oh no, they don't lose to Cowboy.
Big
They
John,
don't.
you're
lo-
not
I
gonna be
love
happy.
Dak, but they don't lose to Dallas. That's
Brother,
just
ugh.
it's locked in. Like
I love Dak.
I love Dak. I love Dak. I love me some Dak, guarantee. But when you start an NFL season, there are 2 things that are for sure. Mike Tomlin will win 8 or 9 games. Now it's 17, so he's going to win 9. And the Niners, if they play the Cowboys, they will beat them. Those 2 things, like, are part of the 10 commandments of the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is locked in. Like,
Yeah.
there's just, I'm sorry, Cowboys.
All right.
All right.
What else we got?
What do we have? Then they have a bye into week 9. Week 10 at Tampa.
That's a win.
Pass that down. That's a win.
That is a dub.
Thank you, CJ.
Week 11 home against Seattle.
That's a-
They're scooping that.
Week 12 at Green Bay.
I think they could lose that game.
I see that.
I think they can lose that game.
I see that. Thank you, Lalo.
Week 13 at Buffalo.
At Buffalo, tough game.
Ooh.
Tough game. Give me the Bills. Give me the Bills. Fucking Eddie Money hates the Bills.
The Bills are going to shock the world this year.
Stop
Don't
it.
fucking jump on my train.
Stop it.
Do not jump on my train. Get off my train. I am on this fucking train by myself. I'm on a bullet train, and it's just
With the whole mafia.
it's
Going
just
to a
Bills and
dead
I.
end.
That's it. Nobody's jumping on my train here. Giggity.
He's trying to jump on
What we got?
All
What
right.
else we got
What's
after the
next?
Bills game?
him. Week 14 home against Chicago.
Tap.
Week 15 home against the Rams.
There's-
Thursday night football.
They're
It's a
splitting
win.
that. There's splitting for the Rams, I believe.
Week 16 at Miami.
Oh, I think they win that game. At Miami, Christmas probably. Is that Christmas?
20 seconds, so yeah. Basically.
Yeah, yes.
That's gonna
I
be a
think
great
they're gonna beat
game.
Miami. I think Miami's, Beckham's gonna be fucking partying and 17 catches on the year, shit like that. Fucking go Niners.
Week 17 home against Detroit. Monday night football.
Wow, what a
Ooh,
game.
What a game.
What a game. I'm gonna give it that to the Niners.
Home.
I'm gonna give it that to the Niners.
Yeah.
You don't think that's a revenge game?
Revenge
They
for
should have
what?
fucking won in the playoffs.
Except there was a man. The man, the legend,
Like said the
Brock
ball
Purdy.
bounced off a
Oh, yeah,
dude's
yeah, yeah.
face mask.
Yeah,
Brock
in
Purdy-
San Francisco.
Brock Purdy
I think
ran
you
out
gotta
there.
Give that one to San Fran.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
I love the Lions, but I think that's a San
I
Fran.
think they
win.
pull it off.
All right.
Niners, go
I
ahead.
want their get back.
And the season, week 18 at Arizona.
I think they're going to lose that game because week 18, I think the Niners are going to be locked in
Yeah.
to that probably that 1 seed. I don't think they play their guys. I think they're locked in there, and that's where Arizona is going to sneak in that 8th win. Boom, to get us to our over 8, 6.5 actually. What do we got the Niners at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Right around there. 12 to 13 for me.
Yeah.
Over
And then-
11.5 on the Niners. I like at
Yes.
least 12 wins for the Niners. Maybe a loss in there. I don't think they lose to Dallas. They could lose to Green Bay. They could lose to Detroit. I just don't think at home they lose to Dallas. So, and the week before they're playing the Chiefs. So I don't think they can win both of those games, but I think they definitely beat. I think the Cowboys is.
Are the 49ers your favorite in the NFC?
1,000%. Niners for me in the championship game. In the title game against we'll probably cover them next week.
Did you guys
We them boys?
Did you guys hear what Ayuk wants as a contract?
What does he want?
He wants St. Brown Amon-Ra type.
He's not that.
He's not that dude. He is
You guys
not.
are haters.
No,
Give a fuck what he's not.
He's not.
He's the
not.
number one receiver on his team, right?
Doesn't mean he should get paid.
He could get paid.
Yeah.
He gonna get paid.
So the Patriots' number one
But Brock
receiver.
Purdy's pretty good though, so he might not need him. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Brock that dude, dog.
I don't think that's gonna happen with that roster. There's a lot of dudes that have to get paid. I mean, there is a plus that you don't have to pay Purdy, but he's not gonna
Not
get
yet.
that kind
After
of
this
cash.
season, you need to pay Brock. After this season, you need to pay
We'll
Brock.
see. We will
Dollar bills, y'all.
to be continued.
So Niners, 12 wins at least, over 11.5 plus money, right, Eddie Money?
Yeah, plus
So-
5.
Niners, we're going to get these out in a couple weeks. We'll put them all together. Eddie Money will clip them, flip them, smack them, rub it down.
Rub it down. Oh no.
So let's get to the AFC West, the
West
division of the guys here.
is the best.
We'll start from the front. We'll end with the Raiders. So on our list here, we got the San Diego Superchargers. So we did that shit in harmony. Damn.
Yes.
Shit, look at us.
Look at us.
Casey and Fat Fat.
Yes. Casey
So-
is fat.
You could be Casey.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
it.
anyways, Chargers, I'm going to say, fuck, man. I'm going to go 8.5, man. And I don't want to go. So I'm going to say they win 8 games. What's their total?
I'm gonna say 7 games.
It's over 8.5.
That's
Wow.
at over his favorite.
Minus 155.
Yeah. So
wow.
So by the way, the first game of the season, they play the Raiders. They're at home against the Raiders. The line opened at 3,
Uh-huh.
and everyone in Vegas. The other day, I was listening to the Raiders station in Vegas, and the guys on there, they all bet the Chargers at 3. They were
Really?
like, "We're taking the Chargers at 3 at home." They think they win that game by 7-10. That's on the Raider station the other night. I was listening when I was in Vegas.
There's just zero confidence in the Raider QB room. They got ranked the worst QB room.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
I
whole
saw
NFL,
that. Yeah.
which is 100% valid. Unfortunately,
I don't like that.
I don't like AP.
I like AP.
I don't
I
think
like
he's the
AP
guy
and
for
I
the
like
job.
Gardner Minshew.
That's right.
I like Minshew, but I
That's
don't think
racist.
AP's the job. My coach is black, and my quarterback.
Yeah, but it's Mike Tomlin. It's a different black.
Different.
It's a different black.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different. It's a
And
CJ
you have
Black. Mike
Russ as your
Tomlin is CJ
quarterback.
Black.
Yes.
Yeah, 1,000%.
That's accurate.
Mike Tomlin is CJ Black, right? And Antonio Pierce is more, I don't know, Carmelo Anthony Black. You know what I'm saying?
It's more.
You know what I'm saying? You get it, CJ, right? CJ Black and a motherfucker too, though. So he gets it. CJ, am I right or am I right? Yes or no? Say something. Jesus
So
Christ.
do you not see a split with those two teams?
Chargers Raiders?
Yeah.
The split the season series?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
this
I think they
one-
split.
This one's in Vegas though. And you,
No, the game
This
one
is
is
in LA.
in
Oh,
LA.
it's in LA.
Game one is in LA.
Yeah,
Raiders don't
game-
play home until week 3.
I think the Chargers
no.
win.
Home one will be a Raider game. Let's not get it twisted.
It's
It's
just
just in LA.
It's just in LA. It will be
Yeah.
a Raider home game.
I hope to be at this game.
So
I actually like the Raiders plus 3 or 3.5. I'd prefer to take the points in that game. I think those games are all going to be tough.
Mhm.
I think they're going to be
take the
tight.
under. I'll tell you that shit.
Yeah, because well,
In this game, yes.
It's gonna look like a
So,
rugby contest.
I think they split 1-1. Let's give the Chargers the week 1
Okay.
win.
Let's go. Let's go.
Week 2 at Carolina.
I think they win that.
That's a yes.
Week 3 at Pittsburgh.
Laos.
Hang them up. You lost.
Week 4 home against Kansas City.
Lost.
Home.
Early week 5 bye.
I think they get scooped against the Chiefs.
yes. Week 5 early bye.
That's brutal.
Brutal as well.
Because now when you get to the back end, now you got to look like, okay, now there's games where you should have won that you're probably going to lose because
if
you've
you
been
have a
fucking
receiver
playing for.
go down, who's the backup?
Yeah, they got guys.
Who?
They got Ladd McConkey.
That's all they need.
That's all they need, baby.
All right.
He's raw.
Yeah, he's a Caitlin Clark of the NFL.
Right. Look at that.
He's
Look.
white.
Wow.
He's white.
What else we got?
Luke has never been more happy to not be on camera.
What else?
Week 6 at Denver after the bye.
That's
I
a
think
win.
they win that game.
That's a win.
Denver
Denver's going to
loses
be
every
god
game.
awful.
Fucking clowns.
God awful.
I think, by the way, the Chargers, I think they scoop the Broncos.
Goddamn
Yes.
right. The
I-
Broncos
I tell you-
suck balls.
So that
I-
means they're
thank
going to
you.
lose 4
AFC West. They might.
AFC West games.
I mean,
The Broncos?
we'll,
Yeah.
we'll get.
I
let's
think
keep
they
going.
go ahead. We'll
keep
I
going.
think they
We'll-
win
we'll
one
go
in the
to-
AFC
they're the
West.
next team anyway.
Them motherfuckers ain't winning one.
Week 7 at Arizona.
Loss.
At Arizona, I think they lose that game, but I'm a fan. So
Week 8 home against the Saints.
win,
Week 9 at Cleveland.
loss,
Loss.
Easy loss.
not easy.
Easy loss.
Nothing's easy in the NFL, man.
Week 10 home against the Tennessee Titans.
Win
Week 11 home against Cincinnati.
at home.
Loss.
I'm gonna give them a loss.
Week 12 home against Baltimore.
Loss, absolute fucking loss. And John's gonna go easy on him. John's gonna go easy on
Yeah.
him. Might not cover.
Why not?
John's gonna be favored by 7 and win by 6. Like we'll take it easy.
Week 13 at Atlanta.
At Atlanta, I think they win that game. I'm gonna give them a win. I need to find 8 wins somewhere. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be one of them.
Week 14 at Kansas City.
Oh no, dead in the water. Loss.
Week 15 home against Tampa.
Loss. At home against Tampa, I think they win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they win that game.
Week 16 home against Denver.
Oh, win.
Win.
Week 17 at New England.
Win.
Win.
Week 18 at the Raiders.
They lose that.
So
what do
one,
we got?
Raiders
two,
are gonna need that
three,
game
4,
right now.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
Damn.
8 or 9, right in there. But I think it's going to be 8. But and their total's what? 7.5?
8.5.
8.5. Yeah, it's gonna be right there. That's one of those. Like for me, I'd stay away from that because I feel like it's right there. I thought 8. The line's 8.5. I would stay away from that one, but I think it's gonna be 8.
Did the Chargers? Did they draft a running back in their draft?
No, but they signed like 7 of them
Yeah,
off
they
of fucking.
signed.
They have like
Gus
7.
Edwards.
And
Yeah.
J.K.
And
Dobbins.
they
And
signed
J.K.
both of
and
the.
Dobbins,
Dude, they
yes.
signed like 4 Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they
They
got
gotta
like
give it to
another
his little
7.
brother.
You look at their running back depth chart, it's like 7 dudes, all restricted free agents, like unrestricted free agents they signed, and then Dobbins and.
Where did
and-
Corum end up getting?
Rams.
I thought he went in the second
Rams.
round, right?
I didn't get that. That was kind of weird.
Well, their guy's out.
Oh, okay,
So-
that makes
So-
sense.
he gonna shine.
Yeah, I think he's gonna shine. I think you're right.
So we going Broncos?
Let's do Broncos. Fucking, I'm gonna give the Broncos 3 wins.
Damn.
I think 2 wins and Sean Payton's fired before the end of the season.
I'm gonna say 3 wins
Yeah.
for Denver, maybe 4. Their win total can't be more than 4.5. Like, there's just no way. Can you got it?
It has to be 4.5. Yeah.
I can't wait to see Michael Brown spin this.
Oh no,
He knows.
Yeah, Michael Brown is.
He's well aware.
5.5.
Oh, way under. Way under.
Yeah.
What-
Over is minus 135.
Oh my God, are you
Yeah.
kidding? This is free money. This is free money. Under on the Denver Broncos. Let's go through it. Week 1. Where we at?
Week 1 at Seattle.
Loss.
Week 2 home against Pittsburgh.
Loss. Easy work.
Week 3 at Tampa.
Loss.
Week 4 at New York. Jets.
Doesn't matter. Either one. Loss.
Wow, either one. That's dirty.
Yeah, either one.
Week 5 home against the Raiders.
Loss.
Week 6 home against the Chargers.
Loss.
Week 7 at New Orleans Saints.
Loss.
Week 18 home against Carolina.
Win.
Win. They can win that.
Week
And
9
he might be fired if they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes,
If they go 0 and 7,
0 and 7, he's for
it's
sure
total
fired.
pandemonium in Colorado, and yeah.
They hired Dion.
Week 9 at Baltimore.
Loss. This is fucking
Week 10 at Kansas City.
Loss.
loss.
Week 11 home against the Falcons.
A loss.
Week 12 at Vegas.
Loss. They're getting scooped.
Week 13 home against the Browns.
Loss. Big loss.
Week 14 bye. Then they play the Colts at home.
I think they win that game.
Week 16 at the Chargers.
Loss.
Week 17 at Cincinnati.
Loss.
Ending at week 18 home against the Chiefs.
Loss as well, unless the Chiefs aren't playing anybody. 2, 3 wins.
That
That's
might be
it.
a
3
win
wins.
for them.
That might be
That might be a win for them because
Yeah.
the Chiefs are not
Let's
playing
give 'em a
anybody.
win. I mean, that's
Let's give them a win. 3 wins
3
for the
wins.
Broncos. I'll tell you what, the biggest line this year is probably going to be the Ravens Broncos game. If it's at Baltimore, that line might be like Baltimore minus 16.5
No, well,
That's gonna be a
San
monster.
Francisco's playing the Patriots, I think.
at home.
It doesn't matter. That might be 21.
Yeah, that line though, that Ravens Broncos line, is going to be monstrous.
Yeah.
Broncos 3 wins. They're going to be the laughing stock. You gave up a bunch of shit to fucking get a coach. You're ridiculous. You're a joke.
Bo Nix
At
is
this
going to be
point- at
running
this
for his
point,
life.
You're an absolute. The Broncos are the joke of the NFL.
They're crumb bums.
Woo!
Crumb bums. They're an absolute joke this year. They will be worse than Carolina.
I think Carolina's going to, they're going to have a lot of close games this year. I'm not saying wins, but they're going to have a lot of closer games.
That
this
sounds
year.
wild.
I agree. I feel like you guys give Bryce Young enough weapons.
They
He's gonna
rebuilt the O-line. They got him weapons.
They have one of the most
Yeah.
expensive
What am I
O-line
hearing?
rooms in
Fuck's
the
going on here?
NFL.
You guys hired by the Panthers?
No, I'm
Fuck's
just
going on?
Might be
game
the-
recognizes
They
game.
lost
you
their
know?
best defensive player.
Might be the worst
Okay,
owner
and?
in the NFL.
Might be.
Facts.
Not might be.
Maybe
he
And
Yeah.
they
is.
didn't
Sports.
lose their best
Yeah.
defensive player. Okay, they still have Derek Brown, who set the
No,
record.
no, no,
had
they
o-
lost their best defensive.
He had
player.
over 100 tackles as a D tackle. You know how insane that is?
and I'm telling you, they still lost their best
Yeah,
player.
Okay.
Burns is in
That's
New
because
York.
they were always down 24-0. So the other team just ran the ball into the defensive tackle. Like, dude, we just want to punt.
I'm not
Who
saying
wants to
it's-
tackle?
I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's
That's what it
I think
was.
they got close games.
Yeah, bro,
Close
the
game.
game 24-0
Close
at the
game.
end of halfway through the second quarter. We're running the rest of the way, just run into the defensive tackle. Let them accumulate 100 fucking tackles.
Okay, before we go on to this next one, and I know I'm a official Kansas City Chief hater.
Big time. Official. You are the fucking hater.
Yes, I am the president. I'm not only a client, I am the president of that hater club. Listen, that offense struggled big time last year.
Oh, Ed.
They
Oh,
did.
Ed.
Eddie,
Oh,
won the
Ed.
fucking Super Bowl.
They were bored, Ed.
That defense was top 2.
Ed.
They still won the
They
Super
still
Bowl.
won the Super Bowl.
Okay, let me say this. Kelsey, did he not decline last year?
He did, but he showed up in the playoffs
He showed up
every
in
single game.
He showed up in the second half of the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
He had
whoa,
a-
What
whoa,
about
whoa.
what about the game
What about
against Mike?
Buffalo? What about the Dolphins? He was there the whole
Oh,
He had
playoff.
a good Dolphins.
He was there the whole
Ravens game.
playoffs.
He had 3 phenomenal games leading up to the Super
Exactly.
Bowl.
Okay, so you had a good playoff.
Travis Kelsey
Yeah.
doesn't sit out
So
that
he had
last
the
game. He
best
has over
end.
100
We
receptions and over 1,000
1,000 yards.
receiving
The
Yeah.
yards.
Chiefs ran through a gauntlet of an AFC playoff bracket.
They beat they
And he
beat 3
was the
teams.
top performer.
You got-
How can you possibly look at the Kansas City Chiefs and say they are going to be better than they were last year?
No, that's not what we're saying.
What evidence
Nobody's
is
saying
there?
that. And nobody's saying that.
So
We're-
there's going to be a decline then.
We're
No,
not saying we
no,
haven't
no.
even got to that point yet. What you're talking about is how bad they were last year.
No,
Dude,
I didn't say how
David-
bad. I
You
said
said
how
their
bad
offense-
they struggled.
They-
was.
I said
Dude,
their offense
Eddie.
struggled last year, which is a fact. Their
Ed,
offense struggled last year.
Dude, listen.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just speaking
The
facts.
offense needed to score. They scored when they needed to. It's like they were going through the motions. You don't want to call it bored. They went through the motions. When the fucking shit counted, the 3 teams that they beat in the playoffs were number 1 seeds at one point in the year last year. Ravens, Bills, Dolphins. The 3 best teams in the AFC, they fucking beat them all. They dominated them all.
What?
Yeah, that happened. That happened. By the way, I'm going to give the Chiefs 12-13 wins as well.
So really quick, according to Adam Schefter, as of earlier this week, expect Rashee Rice not to be there for the start of the season.
Duh.
That was a
yeah,
shocker.
I mean, we expected that one.
I mean, he has
Thanks,
more
Adam,
cases than
fucking jerk
freaking-
off.
Yeah, come
But
on.
he's fucking Adam Schefter, prick.
My
Little
other
prick.
It's not
little,
his fault that Rashid Rice.
I don't care. We don't need to
After-
report it. That shit is obvious as shit.
you guys
Yeah.
want
It's
to
like,
know a little?
oh, hello.
You want a little nerd nugget here?
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
here we go.
This is what happens when you let white dudes up in the mix.
What week? What week do the Chiefs play the Bills? It's in
I think
Buffalo
it's
this
early.
year.
It's early.
I think it's like week 9, right?
What about it?
it's-
What do you got? Give me the nerd nugget.
Guess who's in
It's-
Canada?
At Buffalo.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that Taylor Swift?
It's
In
Taylor
Canada?
Swift's in Canada.
Of course, you would know that.
Yeah, he would know that.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that?
Yeah,
Like,
what-
Correlate, 'cause she's in Toronto,
She's
she'll
in
just hop over
Toronto.
to
She'll just
Buffalo.
hop over to Buffalo, get all the fans.
we
back
just
on their
gained
feet.
like 600 13-year-old white girl followers.
We
Yeah,
right now.
actually just lost all of our accounts.
So anyway, I think the Chiefs win 12-13. I think they will be.
Who's he throwing the ball to?
Are you kidding?
Marlon Cortez.
Xavier Worthy.
Xavier
you got
Worthy.
Rashee Rice.
Xavier
No,
Later
no,
in the
was-
season,
You
you
don't
got
have Rashee Rice.
And later in the
Rashid
season, you
Rice
got
is
Irv
getting suspended
Smith.
either 2 to 4 games. There's not going to be any more than that.
Dude.
He's at OTAs right now. They're working. They're working. That kid will come back.
You know,
he
he
won
kinda
an
They
8
do
or
have
9
Hollywood too.
Yeah,
They got
Marquise
Hollywood Brown, which you don't like.
I hate.
Sky
I stuck up
Moore.
for that signing. I will say.
Dude,
I
Hollywood
was
Brown.
you didn't like that. I stuck up for that
That was
signing.
I don't like
great
Hollywood
signing.
Brown,
Yeah.
but he's on the Chiefs. I mean, anybody can fit in there. You
Oh.
saw with
Except
What's his name?
Kadarius Tony.
Juju Smith.
he had it, dude. The Kadarius Toney the year before wasn't bad when he got
Dude,
there.
they should go after Juju Smith. They should go get his ass.
I want
They
him.
don't
To, I
need
want
him.
him
They
to come back.
Relax.
Marlon Cortez.
He was a solid number one.
What's he
He
saying?
said they got Forrest Gump as their number one receiver, and they're winning the division.
Easy work. Easy. I think the Chiefs win 12 to 13 games.
Wow.
But let's get into it.
Marlon Cortez says Chiefs got Worthy and Hollywood. KC going 15-2.
Wow, that's wild.
I could run that offense. All streaks, fucking.
Oh, stop
Who's
it.
running a fucking route?
Eddie, you can't
Stop
see over the
it.
line.
Oh, God.
You lost your
God.
left tackle. You lost your best
Whoa,
linebacker.
We got a left tackle. We got a left
Lost your
tackle.
best
BYU
corner.
left tackle. We drafted him in the first
Yeah,
round.
he's a project. He's bigger than
He's
my
gonna
house.
start. He's gonna start. And he's
I
gonna
I
know,
like
play.
this. I like when we got fans of the teams here.
Boom,
Boom.
boom.
Yeah,
Listen,
this
that-
motherfucker's like, they got it. Da, 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 da.
He-
I like it a lot.
if he starts at left tackle, there's trouble.
Trouble for what? He was
Kingston is
he was first team all like
all BYU.
I'll be right here.
That's
Whatever
Big 10,
conference
that's
they're in.
Big 12,
Whatever
man.
conference they're in, okay, I don't know like college football like that, but whatever conference he was in, he was first team. So like that got to count for some. We picked him for a reason. The Chiefs don't pick bad.
Yeah.
We have a history of picking really good picks. I think our
You guys picked
Rings speak for
freaking
itself.
All right,
Sky Moore.
let's get into it before we get into some more
Right.
Sky Moore insults.
Sky Moore was a bust.
Jumping into this, Ryan Holmes says he thinks Rasheed Rice gets 6 games.
At
All right,
least
6.
because
I
there
don't
was
think
an
he gets 6.
incident after his freaking.
Oh, you're right. He was
freaking
wilding
fought-
out.
Yeah, he fought.
These dudes from
No,
Dallas,
the
they
photography thing
wild.
was a lie. That the reporter rescinded it. He took
Oh, all
away.
right.
They came
4
out.
games.
It was false.
I'm going to say 4 games, but let's just say 6. Whatever.
Their over-under is 11.5.
Over. I take Chiefs over.
The under and over are both minus 110.
I like the over on the Chiefs. I think they win 12 to 13. Let's get into it. Look at Luka, by the way. Dallas within 6.
Week
let's-
1, home against Baltimore. Banger of start the season.
Loss. I think the Ravens win that game.
Week 2, home against Cincinnati.
I think they win that.
Week 3, at Atlanta.
Win.
Week 4, at the Chargers.
Win.
Week 5, home against the Saints.
Week 5? Yeah, win.
Yeah.
Early week 6 bye.
That's terrible.
Terrible for this team.
Big time. That's
Then-
a fuckery.
Then they go to San Francisco. They play the Niners.
I think they win that game.
In San Francisco.
It's after their bye.
Andy Reid off a bye. For you noise.
And I gave the win to the Chiefs on the Niners schedule.
Okay.
I think they win that game.
Week 8, in Vegas against the Raiders.
I think they scoop the Raiders. Honest opinion. I think they scooped them. I think you guys were dumbfounded. You guys were lucky and on Christmas Eve, like I told you. When they lost the game to the Bills, that was the game they knew they needed to win. They didn't win it. And after that, it was like, all right, we know what we got to do. I think they scoop the Raiders.
Lucky is an insane description. Note.
Okay. Go. You saw the quarterback. I don't need to tell you. Go ahead.
We won without one.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
crazy ass
Exactly.
part.
They will not beat them this year.
Week 9, home against Tampa. Monday Night Football.
Win.
Week 10, home against Denver.
Tapping. Absolute.
Week 11, at the Bills.
I think the Bills win that game.
Yes.
Week 12, at Carolina.
Tap.
Week 13, Friday game, home against the Raiders.
Yeah, tap. Absolute tap. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Fucking kicked their ass last year, Rafa.
That's
21-3, man.
boredom.
With a freaking 4-string Big
Boredom.
10 freaking.
Boredom.
Keep
Tapping them.
Week 14, home against the Chargers.
They win.
Week 15, good game, I think, at Cleveland.
I think they lose that game.
See that?
Same here. Week 16, home against the Texans.
Scooping. Tapping.
That'll be a good game. It'll be.
It will be a
late
good game
playoffs.
because Texans are going to need to win because they're going to be struggling like little fucking turds.
Week 17 on Christmas, at Pittsburgh.
On Christmas Day, Loss.
25th.
I think
By
they
the way,
lose.
on Netflix. By the way,
I think they lose that game.
Dude, your confidence in those two quarterbacks is nuts.
Week 18 at Denver.
Scoop.
What you said?
We're going to give them a
Wait,
loss.
you have Pittsburgh winning?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Yes, I do.
And then the last one.
The last one,
at
Denver's probably
win.
going to win that game because the Chiefs probably aren't going to play anybody.
So is that it?
Oh, Ryan Holmes.
13
after you.
wins.
13
wins.
So then we would go over. Ryan Holmes says about the reporter, they paid that reporter, and you know it. Rice was a dumpster fire this offseason. and that was the
100%.
easiest thing
Ryan
to get
Holmes, are
brushed
you
under the
bringing up
rug.
conspiracy Chiefs hate?
Oh, listen, that is a thing. That is a freaking thing, okay?
Oh my goodness.
They've swept more freaking scandals under the rug in freaking Kansas City than my freaking housekeeper with my toenail clippings.
Oh, wow. I cannot believe it.
They kept Tyreek Hill under the rug for how many years?
He didn't do anything wrong but fuck a bunch of women.
It was Kareem Hunt.
He beat some bitches too.
We had that Kareem Hunt issue where he
Kareem
kicked
Hunt
that one
beat a
lady.
couple women.
How about Andy
Yeah.
Reid's
She
son?
deserved it though. She
How
deserved
about-
No,
it.
that wasn't swept under the rug, Ed. That was a thing. That's
Oh,
when they
no,
lost the
no.
Super Bowl. They lost that Super Bowl to the Tampas,
Yeah, Brady.
to the Brady's,
Tampa Brady.
To the Tampa.
to the Tampa Brady's. Yeah, they lost that shit to the
Did
Brady's.
you guys see the picture of freaking Mahomes?
That was also the same year that Mahomes' dad was arrested for DUI and Andy Reid's son. That was the whole same. That was all within a month. That's why they lost that Super Bowl.
Did you see yesterday Mahomes' picture?
A little fat, little dad bod.
Yes.
Who cares? He
Hey,
looks
he'll
the
still
same.
go for
dude.
4,000
No,
yards.
no.
This one you can like.
Yeah. It
He
looks
James
like,
Harden. He James Harden.
it looks like he's been
Yeah,
hanging
dude.
out with
It just
Andy
takes one
and Tommy
person to be
Burger.
like, he
Dude,
doesn't
he's
like
been
that
at
shit.
he's been at all the Mavs Holmes games courtside. He's been there. He was actually the game. Who were they playing? They were playing somebody on. They were playing the Thunder.
Get in there, Hawkins.
And remember, it was that conversation of the guys who can play in the NFL, who can play in the NBA, blah blah. And Mahomes went over to Hubie Brown, who was calling the game. He was shouting at him during the game, and he's like, "Oh, Mahomes just shouted he could be a middle linebacker in the NFL." And it was the dude from the Dort from
Yeah,
the
Lou
Thunder.
Dort.
Yeah.
ASU. Baby.
Yeah, Mahomes has been courtside everywhere. And that's probably why he's getting big.
eating them nachos.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
courtside,
he's
man.
been getting
Ryan
big.
Holmes said Rasheed Rice just got pardoned and released from jail.
Yeah. We'll see you in
Hell yeah.
we'll see you in week 6. Hell yeah.
Jacob,
Look at
what
this
about
guy.
Don't let
over
behind
here.
the car.
I don't think those
Everybody
things
does a Raiders
bother
schedule
the
if you wanna
Chiefs.
jump in.
Like it doesn't those things can't bother don't phase them. Like I don't think those things bother them.
You guys think that Xavier Worthy is going to fit? He's MVS.
Eddie,
He's MVS.
No,
he's gonna get open.
he's not NBA. He's
Eddie,
so much
this,
more.
this is the thing. That you can keep saying whatever you want. This team has won 3 Super Bowls.
And the fall of the kingdom.
That's what you
Yes.
said last year. You sat up here and said the kingdom is falling because they can barely win any games. They can barely score any points. And what happened? The playoffs rolled around and it was yeah. Good
No.
night.
What was
Good
it?
night.
What was it?
Yeah. That's what it was right there. You stepped on the field. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was good night. Game over, Red Rover. Send the next motherfucking loser right over.
I'm telling you. man.
Chiefs, AFC title game against the Bills, baby. Let's go,
You're gonna get
Bills.
smoked. The time to honor yourself will soon be over, Patrick Mahomes.
That's never happening. Anyway, so let's get to the Raiders. The team here of
Oh,
Eddie
gosh.
Money, Eduardo, the host.
0-18.
18.
Stop.
Let's get
0-18.
I think they split the Chargers. I think they scoop Denver. I think they get scooped by the Chiefs. I'm going to give the Raiders, I'm going to say 9. I'm going to say 9. I'm going to say
That's a win for
9.
me. That's a win for me.
I'm going to say 9. That's what I'm going to say with the Raiders. I'm going to say 9, possibly 10 to maybe squeeze into a playoff spot.
Oh, you can't get into playoffs with 10 wins anymore.
We will see.
They can.
We will see.
Very- Well, I guess if you're in the NFC freaking South,
You got to
can.
see it. You have to remember, you have three big teams in the AFC West. The AFC North is going to kill each other. The AFC South is going to have one team probably. So, but let's get
Can I start another rumor?
what is it?
Can we get Hendon Hooker over to Las Vegas? That dude, they just re-signed Goff. That you draft that dude in the 3rd round. It was a ridiculous draft pick. Hendon Hooker.
It wasn't a ridiculous draft pick.
I
It
didn't
was a
like
great draft pick.
It
It
was
was a
sensible.
protection. The guy, if he would have been healthy and finished healthy, he might have won the Heisman.
100%. He was the favorite.
So he might have won the Heisman if he would have been healthy. You drafted him. You drafted him as a protection for Jared Goff. Jared Goff went out. Now
He
you'll see him.
balled his ass off.
You'll see him now in preseason. If he has a nice preseason, maybe he'll get interest from teams. Hey, we'll give you a third for him. We'll maybe give you a fourth, maybe a second, whatever it is. Let's see what he does in the preseason.
Yeah, I just, it's no secret that AP wants a mobile QB. He wants a mobile QB, and he has Groot from the Avengers, a tall tree in the freaking, and I'm tired of the Raider fans making up a freaking, some fairy tale that if Aiden O'Connell was in this year's draft, he'd be in the first round. Are you serious? I can't unsee that man not complete a pass for 3 downs in Kansas City. For 3 quarters, I mean, not 3 downs. I can't unsee it. He's not good.
I think Gardner Minshew will be the starter.
Really?
With the Raiders, I think Gardner Minshew will be the starter. If Gardner Minshew starts, put it this way. If AOC wins the job, let's say, and he's the starter, and they start off 1-2, because looking at their schedule, I think when I first saw it, I thought 1-2. I don't remember who the second or third game is, but when I initially saw it, when I first saw it, I said 1-2. But let's see what it is. I think the Raiders went 9-10, and I think Minshew will be the starter.
Ryan Holmes says, what is it in Rafa's cigar? 9 wins for the Raiders. What the?
I'm just telling you, man. I like the defense, and I don't think I like the coach. I don't dislike him the way that CJ or that Luke doesn't like him.
Here's the thing. This is the best roster they've had in probably 12 years with the most depth. I love the roster. I like the coach. I like the defensive coordinator. But this is an NFL league where you need a quarterback to win. This is not the Trent Dilfer years.
Let me cut you off real quick. By the way, if you guys can, Kyrie's starting to cook, just so you know. Anyways, go ahead.
No, that's my feelings. I hope you're right about Minshew. Every Raider fan, no matter who they put at quarterback at the beginning of the season, they're like, this guy's going to be incredible. He's going to have a huge leap this year. Like, what gives you, because he threw in OTAs, they showed a highlight where, they drop back and throw it into net with the squares. He got 2 in a row, and Raider fans are losing their mind. Like, he's going to be amazing this year.
Nah, it's going to be Minshew.
I hope so.
It's going to be Minshew. What do we got?
Before we start to the schedule, Will Hanley says, love the show, guys. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Shout out, Will. All right, week 1 for the Raiders at the Chargers.
I think they lose that.
Didn't you?
I gave them a
you
loss.
said- yeah,
I think they split.
Week 2 at Baltimore.
Yeah, that's a loss. That's 1,000%.
Week 3, first home game, they play the Panthers.
Oh, that's a win. Yeah, 1-2.
Better be.
Oh, by the way, I don't think I said it, but their over-under is 6.5.
The Raiders?
And the over is
Disrespect.
juiced.
Are you kidding? Oh my God!
They hate the quarterback.
This might be this is also free money here.
That's what I'm saying.
I like the Raiders 6.5. You don't like the Raiders 6.5?
I said that's.
Are
what I'm saying.
you
It's free money.
kidding? I like the Raiders at least 9 wins. Let's do it.
If you want to up
Let's
your
go.
credit score, take out a loan, place it on the over 6.5, and boom, up 50.
Rocket Mortgage, new sponsor.
All right, so Raiders start at 1-2. What do we got week 4?
Week 4, home against the Browns.
I think they're gonna win that game.
Week 5 at Denver.
Win.
Dub.
Week 6, by the way, this is the highest average price ticketed game. Week 6, home against the Steelers.
Oh, that
Man,
it's
dude.
in Vegas.
It's
Yes.
in
Dude,
Vegas.
it's gonna look like Pittsburgh. Guys are gonna be eating hoagies and burning steel in Vegas.
I'm gonna give that game to the Raiders, dude. And I'm gonna give that game to the Raiders. And that's gonna be an ugly game.
Look, what do you think about that?
We all remember last year, right? Oh, the Raiders are gonna beat the Steelers. Raiders are gonna beat the Steelers.
Well, they've been
Wasn't
very
that
good.
Christmas?
That was 2
we
years
played.
ago.
We played you guys last year where he had to wear the helmet after.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one to the Raiders, but let's go on. That's a 50-50 for me
I would just like to point out this is the first game Rafa's given to a team
against the Steelers. Yeah.
Week 7 at the Rams.
I think they lose that game.
Week 8 home against the Chiefs.
Loss.
Week 10 at Cincinnati.
Loss.
Week 10 they got a bye. Then they go to Miami.
They never play well
What week is that?
in
Week 11.
the East.
After their bye?
Yeah.
I think they can win that game.
Okay.
Week 12 home against Denver.
Win.
Week 13 at Kansas City.
Loss.
Week 14 at Tampa.
Man, I think they can win that game, man.
Week 15 home against Atlanta.
I think they win that.
Week
Ooh.
16, home against Jacksonville.
Oh, man. Damn, I'm going to give them a loss. I really am. I think the Jacks are going to be better than what we think.
Week 17, greatly timed game at New Orleans against Derek Carr.
I think they win that game.
Carr won't even be in the freaking league in 7.
I think they win that game.
That's just hype, man. He's still going to be starting.
Yeah, he is. A lot of money.
Week 18, home against the Chargers.
We split, so home.
Yeah,
that's
I
a-
think they win
that's a
that.
win.
So what do you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So
Bam.
9. So 9 or 10. That's what I thought. I'm sticking with my guns. 9 or 10 for the Raiders. Everybody knows I'm not a Raider fan at all. I just think the coach, their defense, they're going to be able. And if Gardner Minshew, I think he's going to start. I think by week 2 or week 3, I think he's starting. What a shot by Nas Reed. I think he's starting by week 3. I think if they start 0-2, I know it's the Ravens and at the Chargers, and it's at the Chargers and at the Ravens. I think he's going to look so bad in that Ravens game that it's if AOC gets the job, I think that's going to be it. Like, dude, let's just try the other guy, which is kind of unfair because then you're going
Then you're
home
going against the Panthers.
Then you're going home against the Panthers. But I think
think-
Gardner Minshew has to be your guy. Like, there's no way that he's not your guy. He's a better thrower. He's
Yeah.
better with his feet.
Yeah.
He's more experienced.
Little ass boy.
I told you I saw AOC the other day at the Win.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a full-blown tuxedo with
Yeah.
his girlfriend or his wife.
He was in a cop uniform.
No,
You saw a cop.
he
That's what
walked-
he looks like
dude,
with his buzz
he-
cut and his mustache.
He walked
Yeah.
Does
right.
he not look
does-
like a
he
state
does-
trooper?
He does look. He actually looks like a Mexican dude who can't grow any facial hair. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them out there. No offense to anyone, but I've seen it. My wife's family. There's a lot of Mexican dudes that
Yes.
can't grow facial hair.
That kid
But
was-
he walked by us, and I turned around and go, "Hey, that's AOC."
How
I was with my wife, and he
Yeah.
turns around. He goes, "Hey," like, yeah.
Did he do everything in slow motion?
well, I'm not quick, so by the time I turn around is when we probably move at the same speed.
So, did you guys see this yesterday? What the Raiders did? It wasn't a restructure. The Raiders went out, and I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I believe this with all my heart. The Raiders went out and gave a dude a raise. They gave him $6 million extra, and it's not a restructure. They added money to his contract.
It's a reward.
It's reward. Now, my hot take is this, and I've said this, I'm not sure if I've said it on the show, that Max Crosby is and will be the best Raider of all time. I've never seen another dude that's not a quarterback, by the way, that is not a quarterback, change the whole identity and the whole vibe of a team. Max Crosby has done that for the Raiders.
I wish CJ had a mic.
Well, give him a mic.
You want to say
Dude,
something?
Talk-
all right.
talk
He
to
doesn't want to
everyone.
say anything. He doesn't want to say anything.
He has
He don't care
whole
about the Raiders.
he's changed the whole identity of the team.
Can I say the team was really, really bad, so there wasn't an identity, and this is the best player that you've had in 15 years? That's why. Can I say that?
Okay,
Does that not count?
no.
Not
Devontae
15 years,
Adams,
we
very good player. Devontae,
He's not a Raider.
no. Well, he is now.
He's not a Raider. Like, the shit is over, and he hangs it up. His helmet is a Green Bay Packer helmet. He'll never be
Yeah,
a Raider.
no.
Max Crosby is a Raider. The 15 years or 20 years prior to this, you've had no one who's been relevant in the league.
Khalil Mack.
What?
They've had
Khalil
players. They've had
Khalil
players.
Mack what? And when you,
You
had to
said
pay
you
him, what
didn't
happened? And when you had to pay him, what happened?
No,
That
but
man
you
was in the
said-
league for 4 years.
You said that we had no
on your team for
relevant
4
players.
years. Yeah, and he
Yeah,
was
he was
gone.
hurt.
So it's you can't even consider him a Raider.
My
Many-
point.
I see Khalil Mack. I see Chicago Bears.
My point is this:
I'm just telling you.
he
No.
Got paid.
for being a non-quarterback, Max Crosby has just really changed everything in that freaking locker room, in that organization.
The people love him. The team loves him. That's what you're
and
saying.
it's, yeah, and he will be when it's all said and done. I do believe he has to win, and it's very hard to do not being the quarterback. But I
don't
when
think so.
all said and when it's all said and done, Max Crosby will be the best Raider of all time. That's it. Case closed. Show's over. Everyone go home.
I don't believe that.
Really?
I think he's going to be the best Raider. I think he's going to be the best player to wear a Raider uniform. I don't think he will be the best Raider. Like, when you go down the list of players who
Can you
wore a Raider
explain-
uniform.
Can you explain the difference?
Charles
All right,
Woodson.
let's say I know all you Laker fans are going to hate this, but the best player to ever wear a Laker uniform is LeBron James. But he's
Oh,
not the best
here
Laker
we go.
ever. I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh, I get what
Kobe,
you're
you
trying
see
to
what I'm
say.
saying?
Okay.
So Kobe Bryant is a phenomenal Laker, but he's not the best Laker ever. Magic is the best Laker ever. That's what I'm saying. Like the best Dodger ever is Tommy Lasorda, and he was a fucking manager.
So then, right now, who would you say is the best Raiders to put on a Raider uniform?
Probably recognizable and whatever.
Oh,
It's probably,
Jerry Rice. Never mind.
It's not Jerry Rice. Oh, to wear the uniform? Yes.
Oh,
To wear the uniform. But as
Yeah.
an actual Raider, you'd probably have to look at Howie
Howie
Long.
Long, Charles
Right.
Woodson,
Right.
Kenny Stabler. You know those legends guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, legendary players that played on your team and are famous for being on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice is a Niner. Devontae Adams is that. So that's what it is. I just don't think if Max Crosby doesn't win anything, well, he's on the team, and like you said, it's hard. But Howie Long is a better Raider overall, all time, I think. But Raider, I'm not talking about player. Max Crosby can have a phenomenal
Maybe right
fucking
now.
3-4
Maybe right
years
now.
coming up. He'll be probably the best player to wear the uniform.
Howie Long was great, but Howie Long was great on very good Raider teams. Max Crosby, he changes the whole vibe. Like he's gonna get after you if you're not freaking working hard. Everyone's afraid of that.
Yeah, no. I see it.
Yeah,
I see it.
yeah.
His face is all over the place in Vegas.
Yeah.
By the way, the Mavs have taken the lead. Kyrie is cooking in the second half. The Mavs are up 1. They were down 12 at halftime. We got the NBA playoffs, and the Mavs are sizzling, and that ant is getting squished all over the fucking court. Great comparison to Jordan, by the way, because he couldn't do shit without Pippen. Okay? 4. Let's fucking go. Kyrie's cooking, baby.
So that being said, we went over the East, now the West. Is your Super Bowl matchup?
Oh, sorry. Before you ask, Matthew Roger actually said in the comments before we went over each division what he thought it was going to be. He said in the AFC West, he thought it was going to be Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
I think I flip with him. I think it's Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos.
And then in the NFC West, he had Niners, Cards, Rams, Seahawks.
I have Niners, Rams, Cards, Seahawks.
Yeah.
So right
Very
at Cards
close.
and Seahawks, you can flip
Very
a coin
good.
for who's
Those
going
are-
to be
yeah,
last.
for sure.
What are you saying? AFC title game? What'd you
So
say?
yeah, I'm asking. the guru over
AFC
here.
title game for me is because we've already done their divisions. I think AFC title game will be
Buffalo KC.
Buffalo KC. If not, then maybe the Ravens and those two teams.
I'm so excited to see
Well,
where you put the Bengals at because I think a lot of people are
last year
sleeping on.
last year when we did this, I had the Bengals not making the playoffs. If we can go back to
Yeah.
the footage, I did also have the Browns making the playoffs, but with my boy Deshaun, they made it. Just went with my boy Deshaun. But
Have you guys seen the? Have you seen the photo of?
Joe Burrow, yeah,
Joe
he's
Burrow.
in his Star Wars era.
Yeah.
Right now.
So
Dude,
look,
somebody's fake.
Anakin Walker.
You
Somebody
guys still haven't
posted-
seen it? It's fake.
No,
Is
I
it
don't know.
fake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's.
I don't know, but
picture.
somebody posted a video
Yeah.
the other day. Not a video. So it was one of those NFL, and some of the people were saying how bad he looked. Like he just looked slow.
Yeah.
Like who knows if he's fully recovered from this thing, whatever it is.
It was a thumb.
Is it a thumb?
Something
Is
in
it a
the hand,
wrist?
right?
Is it an elbow?
Yeah.
Is it a
Well,
knee?
I remember
He
seeing
had the
at the
rib
end of the
injury the
season,
year
it
before.
was-
Yeah,
he had the knee
I'm
last
seeing shades of
season.
Carson Palmer. I can't shake it.
Brother.
I can't shake it.
Don't you throw that dirt.
I
at him,
can't
Bobby.
shake it. I can't shake shades of
That-
Carson over there.
Brother,
I'm just saying right now, it's giving me
No,
those
no,
vibes.
It's actually a pretty good comparison.
I mean, Burrow's phenomenal,
Yeah.
but he's got to be on the field to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
So,
Man.
True that.
I mean,
So those are your breakdowns. Next week we do South.
North or South?
yeah, I like to do North on both ends.
Well,
Are you going to be here next week?
Giggity.
Yeah, we got. If you got to be here next week, then we got to do the North.
Yes.
North side?
What's that?
North side.
North side.
We'll do the North. AFC North next week.
Let's do
NFC
it.
North. AFC North, by the way, I think is the best division in football.
Amen. Amen.
Is that? But that's not even a question, though, right? Is that a question?
Well, you're preaching to the choir, so it doesn't.
Is that a question? No. Fuck the choir. Is that an argument for you?
AFC
North. You don't think it's not the? You don't think it's the best division in football?
Who's in there again? Is that?
Top to bottom, any one of those teams can make the
Steelers,
playoffs.
Ravens, Bengals,
Browns.
Browns.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
I hate the quarterbacks on the
the
Steelers and the
NFC
Browns.
NFC. The
Hate 'em.
Lions divisions
Hate them.
kind of right there.
I hate
Something
the
worse.
quarterbacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Don't likey. No likey.
yeah.
We made the playoffs with Kenny Pickett last year. We're fine.
Yeah, that's a fact, Edward. That's a fact. Mike Tomlin can coach his ass off. Dude, Mike Tomlin is probably there's like 3 coaches in the NFL that could get fired. Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid, and McVay. Oh, and Shanahan. Those 4 coaches get fired. They get hired within 2 seconds.
The next day.
Fuck the next day. They don't even wait.
I don't see a progression with Russell Wilson getting better. I know he was in a bad situation.
We don't need him to get better.
They just need him to be better than Kenny Pickett.
And last season, he was far and away better than Kenny Pickett. If you look at the stats,
And this is very true.
That is true.
This
same
is
with
very
Justin
true.
Fields.
That
Like
is- that
They
is true.
both were better than Kenny Pickett. They both were better than Mason Rudolph. Yes, they were.
I think in 2 to 3 years, the NFC North can possibly take the title of hardest division.
He just said it is right now.
No, he said
he
AFC.
said
I said
NFC.
NFC.
Oh,
No, he says the NFC North. Yeah, you got a lot of, you got
just
the
depending
Bears.
on how the quarterbacks.
By the
pan
way,
out.
did you see the Caleb thing? You had said it, how
Okay.
bad he's been. The locker room, I guess, is split, whatever.
Yeah, so in his OTAs, back-to-back days, terrible showings. First day, he had like almost potential, I think like 7 interceptions thrown with like a handful of actually completed passes. And then today he got benched during 7-on-7s.
Wow. And
Damn.
they brought in that other dude, the white dude from last year, right?
Tyler Bagent.
Yeah.
Badger,
Yeah.
get it right?
Badgett.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't bad last year.
Beat the Raiders.
he beat our ass.
Unfortunately.
Well, the issue that they're saying is that the guys from last season, like the receiving core, the O-line, that weren't free agents, that they didn't bring in free agency,
Yeah.
are still pissed that the team didn't keep Justin. And the new guys, Keenan Allen, Kevin Byard, Gerald Everett, they like Caleb because they had no ties.
Well,
to
they had no
Justin.
ties to Justin, and yeah.
This is not a secret. We knew that it was going to be a locker room issue when it comes to Caleb. He rubs people the wrong way.
We saw it firsthand.
Talent, incredible. Potential, incredible. Can he be a leader in an NFL locker room with grown ass men that don't have painted fingernails and lip gloss and
I think
and
the
wear
Bears don't
dresses?
have a leader. Right now, the way the team, I don't think they have a leader. Is Johnson your leader on the defense?
That was my only guess.
Keenan Allen.
They have
No.
Keenan
Tremaine
Allen just got
Edmonds.
there.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe
no.
DJ Moore.
He's not.
No,
He
he
hadn't been
just
there
got there
enough.
too. You got Tremaine Edmonds. You got Montez.
He just got
Sweat.
there
Edmonds
last
is
year
new.
too.
Oh my God, Kyrie is
Well,
cooking. We
yeah.
got a ball game.
Jeez.
Well,
So, anyways,
I don't know.
that's our breakdown. And hope you guys enjoy it. We will do the North next week. on-
AFC, NFC North next week.
Yes. Good. I mean, God, I love the NFL, man. Can't wait. How many weeks? How
Too
many?
many.
Too many.
Too many.
We're like 56 days away from training camp.
Yeah, a lot of OTA. Everyone throwing on
All the
air.
hype and all
Yeah,
that,
everyone.
Who's
saying
a hard knock team yet? I don't know.
New York Giants.
the Giants.
So no one's watching it.
But so,
Yeah.
do you guys know the caveat really quick with Hard Knocks this year?
Nope.
They started filming Hard Knocks before the draft. So
Really?
it's they're changing the whole thing. It's not just like the lead up into the first week of the season. It's going to start in July and it's going to build, but the first 3 episodes are going to be the draft process and all that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. All
that's
right. That's
gonna
going
be-
to be
I
Oh,
that's
love
that's
gonna be
great.
good.
that.
Then we can see how mad Malik Neighbors is in the Giants.
And we get to
Dude.
see Daniel Jones have to get sat down. Like, if Drake May's there, we're taking Drake May.
I don't believe
Then
that happened.
that also wouldn't be in them.
I don't think that
Have you
happened.
seen the whole like Malik is not happy? He hasn't said one positive word about being in New York with the
Yeah,
Giants.
It's actually kind of comical at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Hilarious.
dude, man, like your checks are getting signed.
Yeah.
You know,
They
like,
still got to
you-
sign him. So.
Oh,
Well, he should shut the fuck up and play the game.
yeah, man. I told you
So-
that 8 ball in his knee was going to be an issue. Big red flag.
So anyway, so we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back with Ryan Holmes
Yes.
live.
Great topic.
So 3 minutes, Eddie Money?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody. Two Nobodies with the Mic, episode 81. Thank you guys for sticking around. We have a very special guest for you, our real journalists that we tap into.
Yeah,
Very
we're not
often.
journalists at all.
No.
Fucking zero.
I would never, ever call myself that. But we're trying to give you guys legit content. Ryan Holmes, podcast, entrepreneur, intermat, athlete to athlete, I believe it is. What up, Ryan? How you doing, man?
What's going on, fellas? I've been listening to the show the whole time. I'm sure you've been reading the comments and everything. I've been waiting to get on to the 81st.
You definitely did not like the Raiders.
Yeah,
segment.
how'd you like Rafa's win over Atlanta, man?
I wasn't surprised. He started off by saying that they were gonna have 9 wins. I knew he was gonna need to find something somewhere. So why not go there? Plus, listen, I'll give him an out. It's a Monday night and it's in Vegas. So even when I picked Atlanta over the Raiders, I was like, this is a tough one because it is primetime Kirk Cousins and it's in Las Vegas. So I get it. I'll give it to him.
Sold my quarterback in the draft as well. We're gonna be pissed.
Are you still crying about that?
I
Oh
am.
my
I
God, he's
am.
still fucking an emotion.
Always
He's an
after,
emotional
right?
wreck. He got a Penix tat before the draft.
I was gonna wear a purple do-rag today in honor of Michael Penix. So
listen,
Ryan,
you can get to the we can go to the game. We'll make it a thing. We'll head out to Vegas and we'll make it a thing. I'm sure, Michael
We
might
will
be starting by then. Who knows? Maybe I'm sure he'll get some garbage time. Put it that way. You'll get a chance to see him get a chance to see him late.
Yes, I love it. Bring Willie Smalls with you, by the way.
If I can get him, he was already trying to he's a Skins fan, so he's trying to
big Washington guy. Yes.
He wants the Falcons versus the Skins game, or Commanders game, I should say.
Yes.
We call him the Redskins on this show.
Yeah, I mean, you call him the Skins. I'm surprised you didn't throw out Art Monk for episode 81.
He was on my list.
He was on Eddie's list.
The original big receiver, Art Monk, was a G.
The original receiver that took forever to get into the NFL, to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, my brother's a Skins fan, and he has an Art Monk jersey. So whenever 81's brought up, I gotta throw him in the mix.
He was. My bad. I didn't bring him up, but I did write him down. So,
speaking of 81, who is the 81 for you, Mr. Ryan Holmes?
The 81 for me, it would be Anquan Bolden. As you see, I'm rocking Florida State, so of course it would be Anquan
Florida
Bolden.
State guy, 100%. So Ryan,
Can't go wrong with any 81.
Yeah.
I think, man. There's so many good ones.
Yeah, hell of a list.
big news today or yesterday. There's been a lawsuit coming down, NCAA versus House. I'm not sure who House is, but that's why we're having you on. I guess in the Power 5 conferences, all the chancellors, everyone's approved that you will be able to pay athletes directly, not through NIL, but just like paychecks. Like amateurism is officially dead in college football. What do you know about the case? And can you explain it? Because there's so many questions that need to be answered.
Yeah, I've been digging into this for a little bit. We actually got a text from a coach. I won't say who the coach was, but we got a text from a coach that said, you guys should dig into this and this House versus NCAA case because it's going to change everything. And I probably won't be able to pay out the NIL deals that we've made for our recruits coming in the coming years. So that's why I started digging into this a couple days ago before everything was settled. They had already kind of had the settlement on the table when I started listening to different shows and reading different articles and stuff. But essentially what it is the athletes that missed out on NIL, but they could only go back to from 2016 to 2020 is what it is. It's kind of like a weird statute of limitations. I have no idea how it works. I don't know how they can say, hey, we missed out on this money. But I believe House is a swimmer. I don't know. I don't remember what school, but House is a swimmer.
Money?
What's that? Yeah.
Give those dudes money.
He sued somebody.
Well, that's the thing is once you get to a certain point in your career, I mean, the TV revenue is there, right? Like whether it's Big 12 network or whatever it is, right? Because even though those big revenue share type deals happen with football and basketball in mind, those lower tier teams that are on campus, they're pulled into it, right? So that's how we get, a North Carolina State on ACC Network for wrestling, right? It's how we get a lot of those things, even though ESPN didn't even want ACC Network in the first place. But that's a story for a different day. But
So Ryan, let me ask you this real quick, right out of the gate with the swimmer. So is this only pertaining to football, or is this athletes across the board in Power 5, or is this only a football thing?
no, this is athletes across the board. So it's crazy because the lawsuit itself was aimed at the NCAA and the Power 5 conferences. But when you look at the breakdown, the non-Power 5 conferences are paying like 36% of the back pay. So it's pretty wild because the NCAA has to pay like 40%. And then the Power 5s, I think, have the 24%. And then the rest of it is non-Power 5 or like non-big football schools and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy. Like athletes going back to 2016 are the ones that are eligible because obviously NIL came in 2021. So it's 2016 to 2020, like I mentioned. But it's like if they didn't settle this case, NCAA, I mean, the NCAA is basically done now with all this. Yeah. The NCAA would have been completely bankrupt. It would have cost $20 billion to pay all this, like crazy astronomical amounts of money. They settle for almost $3 billion. And like I said, the NCAA is going to pay like 1.2 billion of that.
So who they paying this money to?
It goes to past and current athletes. So it'll go to, like I said, athletes from 2016 to 2020, but then athletes that are still in college now as well. So like guys that are now in the pros that came out from 2016 to 2020 that couldn't, make money off their name, image, and likeness while in college, they're going to get a check. And there's like some, like there's some like algorithm that they're going to use. I don't know whose rankings they're going to use, but like if you're like a 5-star, that will be taken into account in the equation.
I've heard that.
However, your stars for your recruiting is going to be taken into account. Your career snaps is going to be another thing. And then I have a bunch of notes written down. And then like, what else is in here? Player rating. So the stars, then that's going to decide like your market value. So there's going to be a lot of different factors. They're going to bring in like a sports economist to figure out truly how this equation is going to work with all those different variables and all those different factors. So it's pretty wild.
Crazy. I mean, when is the last time the NCAA has won anything in court? Their lawyers are getting their nuts kicked in.
The funny thing is that it's been against the same judge.
Really?
Yeah. The judge that decided this one.
He never got it.
Yeah. Yep. And that was like a big deal because the judge decided this one, decided like other cases, decided the original NIL case. So she's gone against the NCAA a number of times. So that's why they were like, oh, we're screwed. We better somehow figure out how to settle this case. Because if we don't, we're done. Right. That's a wrap for the NCAA.
So now, you will be able to get an NIL. So this is where a lot of confusion is. NIL deals are not paid by the university. Isn't it an alumni that owns a Harris Tweeter or a freaking Carl's Jr. that lets, DJ, do some biscuit commercials? I don't understand. I thought NIL was paid not through the university, but through, jobs and advertising and stuff like that. I'm sort of confused on this.
Yeah, you're right. So NIL, it cannot have any affiliation up until, this settlement, which is still not done yet. So they may have settled, but it still has to be approved by a judge. And then it has to go to literally all the different athletes that would be a part of this entire settlement have to approve it as well. Within the lawsuit, there was like 14,000 athletes that were just part of the lawsuit.
Wow.
So like they all have to like approve it and everything else. So even though there was a settlement, it's still not done yet. It's going to take a while for all of this to happen. Cause like once it goes to them, it takes like 30 to 45 days and everything else. But NIL, they had deemed that there was no pay for play. So the universities couldn't be involved. So that wasn't allowed either. But now it's going to change a lot of stuff. So there's going to be rev share involved. There's going to be tickets involved. There's going to be, a bunch of different things with, the broadcast that is going to be involved. And that's all going to go into, the back pay and the damages. So like it was an antitrust lawsuit. And the funny thing about it is this wasn't the only one. It was just the first one. So there were two other cases that once this got settled, they actually said that this case will then settle the other cases. There's two. It's like Hubbard versus NCAA and Carter versus NCAA that are the two others outside of House versus NCAA. And then there's another one that is brought up in Colorado, which is Fontenot versus NCAA, where they tried to move it into this so that they'd be able to settle this one too, but they were not allowed to move it. But it'll set precedent, and that one will probably get rolled up into this anyway. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different cases that have been a part of this, and they're now all settled, or at least going to be settled because of it. And part of the settlement is that athletes cannot sue the NCAA for antitrust anymore.
Ooh.
I don't know how long that is. I don't know if it's just like these specific athletes or if it's like in general for, in perpetuity. There was really no note on that.
Let me ask you this, because I've heard something like this, that NCAA is giving all Power 5 universities like 20 something million to start off with. Now, is this a sort of a cap thing where you have a football team, Alabama's getting 25 million, North Carolina, Texas getting 25 million, and then that they have to spread that out to their athletes? Is that what's going on here? Is it something completely different?
So the schools can opt into like the revenue distribution model. And that's how and then the schools will determine who gets paid and who doesn't. So if you're some, fourth string quarterback that just gets his ass kicked all practice, chances are you're just getting free lunch and, you're basically in jail, but your hot meals a day and your free bed and your books, and that's about it. Right. Like they're not going to be paying you part of this rev share, but if you're the star quarterback, you're getting rev share, you're getting the nice treatment. But it's the $20 million figure from what I read was just the number that was like a ballpark. It's going to be north of 20 million of what it's going to cost the schools every single year. So like that is going to be a very big deal. And with the 2.8 million or almost 3 million or 3 billion that they're going to have to pay, that's going to be paid over 10 years. So it's not like they're just going to be stroking checks for, from here until the end of time. It's going to be 10 years that they have to get all this back pay out.
So what are they doing to those checks, Ryan?
They're stroking them. Pause.
No,
So-
diggity.
So does this go into recruiting? Like when you recruit, are you saying we're offering you this? We're offering you, $6 million. Is that what we're getting into here?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It also, so within this, it also gets rid of roster limits, not just for players, but for coaches as well. So you can have an unlimited amount of coaches. So if you want 150 football players, you can have 150 football players. So that's like the crazy part about it is like it gets rid of roster limits. And there's another, I think it's like another part of it. I don't know if it's part of this lawsuit, but it's something that I read where you're going to be able to have basically like unlimited coaching staffs. They're not going to be able to tell you
it with all those players. He's not going to be able to have The Rock on the sideline and all those players.
I think that smart coaches will institute their own roster limits, honestly, because you're going to have to, right? Like you're really going to have to. And not only that, it's now going to be even bigger bidding wars. And even though, and you mentioned before, like schools weren't allowed to be involved with NIL deals or anything else like that. But now, those collectives will basically kind of be an extension of the athletic departments, and your athletic departments are going to get even smaller too. So that's going to be an even bigger deal. I think it was Texas A&M preemptively got rid of like 15 people in their athletic department to prepare for this, because they knew we're going to have to be, paying a lot of these people, a lot of these kids and these athletes to start to come here, So anything that Johnny Manziel was making when he was there, tenfold now.
That's crazy. So let's get to brass tacks here. How are the fans going to see college football change? What's going to change about Ohio State? What's going to change about Alabama? What are we going to see differently? Because everyone's saying how crazy this is and how different this is going to be. I can see the NCAA not lasting very long, but how do you see football being changed like they're saying?
They're already talking about a power conference, like a super conference, essentially, where it's, it is the Alabamas, the Michigans. I'm sure Notre Dame has been a man without an island for a very long time, but if they create a super conference, I'm sure Notre Dame will be in, right? Like they're one of those big time teams that they only joined the ACC during the COVID year so that they could, go off to the playoffs, right? Or at least have a schedule, because at that point you were only allowed to play your conference schedule, and they didn't have a conference, so they had to join for 1 year. But they're already talking about changing football to the point where it is a super conference, and you're gonna have to really truly figure it out. What's that?
Maybe 40 schools or something.
Yeah. I don't know what the number is going to be on it, but yeah, it's going to change significantly. And I think even within that, you're going to have to change the CFP, right? The playoff is going to be completely changed. We're getting 12 teams this year. Who knows what's going to happen to
12
it?
already?
It's 12.
It'll be 12 this year.
Since we're talking about this, did you guys, I don't know if you're familiar with it. I'm not too familiar with it, but I saw, so the kid from Colorado who went to Florida.
Yeah.
They're not giving him a scholarship, but it seemed like Florida's paying him.
Yes.
Right? So it's like an NIL deal. Is that what he's getting? But he's not getting the scholarship. So he's going to have to pay for it out of his own pocket.
Yeah, but they deemed him a walk-on. And as soon as they did that, they're like, wait a second, a 5-star recruit at a high school is a walk-on at Florida. And they're like, well, they're like, now we got to look into taking walk-ons away, because what's going to stop, because that's why unlimited roster limits are going into effect, because now you can say, okay, I have my 85 scholarships that I've given out, and now instead of my 85 scholarships, I have unlimited scholarships, because what I can do is I can go to my collective and I can say, hey, we have this kid coming down the pipeline, this kid, we're already at 85, but we really want this kid to come on. Let's give him an NIL deal that essentially will pay for his tuition, but then gives him even, X amount of money in his pocket. So that's why they're looking at getting rid of walk-ons, because it's just a workaround of saying, okay, here's my allotted scholarships. I've hit my allotment. Now let's just pay this kid, because it is basically then pay for play.
My goodness, man. This is this is big. It's big, and that's why I wanted you to come on here and try to explain it. But we know football. Is this going to bleed down to basketball, baseball? I
don't think they mess with basketball.
No, I don't think they mess with basketball either.
I don't think they mess with basketball ever. March Madness is so big that it's
so successful.
Yeah, and so successful. It's too
March Madness was a really big subset of this. That it was kind of part of the reasoning behind it. So like I said, House was a swimmer, but there were basketball players that were in here that would have made so much money off of March Madness. March Madness is like their biggest rev gen in the country, right? So that's how the NCAA makes a ton of money, is off their rev gen. So that was a big deal too. So basketball won't be touched, I don't think. Football obviously won't be touched. That's those are your tier one. I think it'll be broken down into tiers, and we're gonna see sports get cut, right? Like that's the thing that really sucks, is in order for them to put up 20 million a year, which is literally just an estimate, and they said it's probably going to be north of that. In order to really be able to do something with that, they're gonna have to fire a lot of coaches, drop a lot of sports. It's kind of inevitable, right? You're going to be looking at the Olympic sports.
Oh, the Olympic sports are first to go. The non-money makers.
Yes.
So the last time water polo?
When's the last time you wanted to go see a fencing match?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. So the water polo is going to be out maybe?
Most likely. The crazier one for me was track. Like I was seeing that in a lot of conferences.
Get rid of that.
Like I don't think that track, I think track has a possibility of being cut at certain universities. It won't be cut at Oregon for damn sure with Phil Knight money and how he ran at Oregon and all the money that goes into sports there. Like Nike's going to come in somehow on these things. Big donors and are going to come in somehow. There's going to be something that has to happen in order for schools to at least not cut just everything and say we are just a football and basketball and maybe a baseball school, right? Like it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. But those are the sports that are going to stick around, are the ones that everybody's watching.
Did Nick Saban? I mean, is he a genius? Did he see this coming down the pipeline? He's like, I am out.
I think Nick was out when he probably had so many kids asking him, you know, where's my bag for coming to Bama, right?
That's
like,
what he said. Yeah, he mentioned something like that.
Yeah.
You get tired of it for sure.
That and
But
the playing time when they were freshmen, he didn't like.
yeah. So they haven't had a class in a while that hasn't been looking for money. But I mean, this is going to change a lot of stuff. And the NCAA is they're kind of leaving it open to the point where, and obviously the NCAA is a corrupt, company. They're completely corrupt. They're leaving it open to work with Congress so that they can get an antitrust exemption, which they used to have. But like the whole gripe was that the NCAA went to TV broadcasters and these Power 5 schools and these TV broadcasters and these conferences and the NCAA all colluded to keep college athletes amateur. So like that was like the whole big part of it, which is where the antitrust all came in, because it was basically without athletes knowing, it was their own conferences, their own schools, and then the TV companies and the NCAA against them for the longest time without them knowing. And that's why they were being kept as amateurs.
Well, I don't know if that answers any questions.
That's just a whole lot of shit going on.
That is crazy. That is crazy. But thank you for breaking that down. Let's get down to the brass tacks here. What we really all want to know about. The Oklahoma State Bandits is what now they're being called instead of the Cowboys, because they're going and they're cherry picking some of the best talent in the country
for wrestling.
With the whole David Taylor thing. We just saw yesterday Cam Amin, Mr. Michigan, family all went to Michigan. Yeah. He leaves All-American, goes to Oklahoma State at 165. You have Dean Amity, Fish. I just want to ask you this before we leave. 165 at Oklahoma State. How is this going to go down?
I mean, Fish and Hamidi still have red shirts.
Oh shit.
They still have red shirts that they didn't use. As well as Dustin Plott. Dustin Plott is an 84 pounder, but he started as a true freshman. So he has a red shirt as well. So there's a number of guys that have red shirts in there. The only other option I would see is Fish dropping to 57.
I've heard that.
Because he wasn't really truly like a 65. It was just, he fit there. And he was let's call it what it is. He was at Michigan State. The bar wasn't set too high at Michigan State. And we've known that for a very long time. So
Spartan alum.
By the way, real quick, big turnover by Anthony Edwards. Minnesota up 2. Dallas has the ball with 13 seconds.
We're getting to the nitty gritty. So that's how you see it breaking down. I didn't know that. That's great info.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions for Mr. Holmes?
I was going to have a tougher time in their lineup than Oklahoma State will.
Ryan, are you from Atlanta? Are you in everything Atlanta or just a Falcons fan?
Just a Falcons fan.
Okay. So you're not a Hawks fan or anything like that.
No, I mean I would love to see them win, but no, not so much. Being a wrestler, I never really got into basketball as much, to be completely honest. We're grinding when they're flopping, so I wasn't really too worried about basketball.
Baby. Clip that shit.
Wow.
I love it.
We're grinding while they're flopping.
That is good.
Wow, that's a low blow. I had to repeat it for you. You're a little slow over there, Eddie Money.
Yeah.
Well,
I am a Dodger fan though, so I'll give you that.
Are you really? Hold on.
My wife just came in here.
Absolutely ran out here.
Yeah, she has red alert. Red alert. She has some Iowa question.
What's the Iowa question?
I don't know. Sinead Bird, where are you at?
That Iowa State would have a tougher time against Oklahoma State, I believe you said.
Or Iowa.
I was going to have a tough time with their lineup than Oklahoma State. I just wrote an article about it this week, and they have a log jam at 49 now that they have Parco. And then obviously 74 and 84 with Brands coming back. Gabe Arnold is in there. Patrick Kennedy is also in there. And then Angelo Ferrari is projected as a 74, 84 too. So somebody's going to have to drop. Somebody's going to lose a wrestle off. Somebody's going to be pissed off. So we'll see what happens. But it's going to be interesting to see how Iowa kind of shakes things up. And then if AJ Ferrari does go to Iowa as well.
Oh, sorry to cut you off real quick, Ryan. Luka Doncic is that ninja.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was big time. I got it over here to my right. That was big.
For Luka. That man
was beautiful.
Is that dude. We'll see Ant now come back and maybe hit one.
So real quick, you don't see Parco coming up to 57?
It's possible, but they also have a couple guys that are at 57 too.
Okay.
I wish I understood the scoring in wrestling to because if I understand the scoring, I get excited. I watch fucking tennis, okay?
Well, no, if you could gamble on it, you would understand.
You can gamble on it.
Yes.
You're probably right. Now let me ask you real quick.
I think you can.
So now is Oklahoma State now the number 2 to Penn State? Like
No.
to start the
Great question.
or are they not yet?
Not
at number
yet.
2?
Not yet. I think it's going to take a little bit. I think they really have to establish a couple of things, but I think this puts them back in that top 5 mix, and not just because of coaching. I think because of the guys that they have brought in, right?
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Amin is there, Hamidi is there, Fish is there, Dustin Plott is a runner-up. So, I think.
So you think at the end of the year, when it's all over, Penn State's they'll have more national champions.
Yeah.
And then is Oklahoma State going to be your 2 or 3 or where are you at right now?
For me right now, and there's still a couple guys in the portal that could really change things. For me right now, I see them top 5. I think they can be 4th. I think Iowa is still above them right now, and Iowa really showed up honestly last year at NCAA. So that was a big one, and so I think Iowa is still kind of your number 2. And then you got to remember, like I know there's a man that's sitting in that room right now. It's not gonna like to hear it, but NC State is still very good. So they're still in the mix. Virginia Tech as well.
Yeah, very, very, very good programs. Very good programs. So that is dude. We are the NCAA wrestling show of record here.
That sounds like it.
Yeah,
Rafa, you can gamble on it.
I'd find it if you can find it.
We'll get it to you. Willie actually does. I don't know who he does the lines for, but he does the lines for.
Relay the info over to me or Eddie Money.
We'll get it to you.
I'm dying to learn how it works.
Like, do not give this shit to Sinead.
It's sort of
yeah. You might give it a Sinead.
You might become millionaires.
Yeah, Sinead is degenerate when it comes to wrestling. I'll come home. She's watching, Central Michigan against Ohio University, not Ohio State.
Kennesaw State.
Yes. So
once Rafa gets into the mix with pickleball, I'll be betting my ass off.
This is a fucking thing. This is gonna happen. My wife might not be happy about it because I've been diehard golf. Like literally this week, I played Tuesday, Wednesday at 5:30 in the morning. I played today. I'm playing tomorrow. Is that shit?
I think pickleball is going to be the next. I think pickleball is going to be the next sport in the Olympics. Maybe not 2028. But
I don't want to watch a bunch of old white dudes. I need some color on pickleball.
Don't pin
I need color.
Then you better change some of these basketball these basketball camps in California out there in Oakland. You better change them into pickleball courts and take the net down.
I need to get something. I don't want to watch fucking a bunch of dudes like Tom and Chad versus Bill and Dick. No, I want to watch like Kyrie and Jamal.
That's your first name that comes to his mind.
Don't sleep on Bill and Dick. Don't sleep on those.
I want to see like Kyrie and Jamal. You know what I'm saying? Against maybe Richard and Akeem or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
They had too many brothers playing hockey. That's why they had to give pickleball the juice it's got now.
Yes.
I need some color in there, baby. I need some color.
Love it.
I need some shade.
Like some windows tinted.
Yes,
some windows tinted.
Some windows tinted, baby.
Well,
Ryan,
Ryan, thank you again for the journalism.
Damn right.
You bring credibility to Two Nobodies.
Yeah, we got a couple journalists on the panel, but we're not the two.
Yeah, we're not.
It ain't us.
Guys.
It ain't us.
Listen, I'm happy to get in on the shenanigans at any point.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Thanks again, Ryan. Guys, go check Ryan out. Intermat. What
Thank
else?
you, bud.
What else you got going, Ryan?
Oh, there's a bunch of things. Got Intermat. I mean, right now, the number one thing I got is coming on here, and I love it. At least when Rafa's here, he's not watching Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
Listen, hey, that is a show. Listen, if he comes to a town near you, you need to check it out. It's Justin Timberlake and what are the guys called? They're the backup. It's a couple ladies backup singers. He calls them something. When he comes out, he actually takes he promotes them. It's like it's Justin Timberlake and Jake will know. Jay will know the name. But dude, he's not up there alone. And
Did he play your jam? Did he play your jam? Were you swooning?
Dude, he played my jam, man. He played a couple of my jams.
Dude.
Yeah, I was looking over for Jay. I know Jay was popping and
Rafa's live was hilarious, by
Yeah.
the way.
You know when Jonah Hill does that? That's
Oh.
that's Rafa over there, man.
I like Justin Timberlake, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, he's got some good music. I can vibe to Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, I think he when you see Justin Timberlake, he's like he goes to both sides. Like he's almost a brother.
Giggity.
Pause. He's
Oh, jeez. Dude, you
he's
guys
a
got
sneakerhead too, so I can get down
Holmes.
because he loves sneakers like I do.
Let's do this real quick.
Here's a Justin
Let's
Timberlake
do
shoe.
this really quick. Top 3 white artists with the most soul.
Oh,
No
Eminem's
soul?
one.
Yes.
Eminem, Justin Timberlake, and
Robin Thicke.
Michael Jackson.
Robin Thicke is up there. Listen, I'll give you right now that dude Teddy Swims is hitting.
Oh, Teddy Swims. You haven't seen Teddy Swims?
No.
Teddy
You gotta
Swims.
hear Lose Control. He's got some soul to him.
Dude, Teddy Swims is the shit. I'm gonna send it to you. You're gonna like it
Alright.
because he's a big guy like us.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
we got a lot of giggity moments.
Stapleton, that dude has soul. Chris Stapleton, that
he's
dude
got
has
some
soul.
He's got some soul, but not Justin Timberlake, Eminem style, and Teddy Swims. I'm gonna send you some stuff on Teddy.
Yeah, you like Teddy.
You'd like him. He's a big
Teddy's
boy.
a good dude.
All right. Well, those are your top 3 white soulful dudes.
Again, Ryan, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you again, right? We love you, man.
Always a good time.
Appreciate you, fellas.
All right.
But
Dude.
so that's your rundown on wrestling. The NCAA is a shit show.
Dude, just in 10 years, there will be no, it's going to be.
I don't even think it's going to take that long. I just don't think for college basketball, I think the brand is way too big. College football, the brands are the
Broken.
schools.
Yeah.
No, but college football, I think the brands are the schools. The Florida State, the Alabama, the Auburn,
I
USC,
get it.
Oregon. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in college basketball, like there's brands, but college basketball, you want to see, when you're watching March Madness, you want to see the underdog get there. You want to see the underdog give a good game, give you a chance. And in college football, you don't have that. Like in college football, when you get, USC against San Jose State, it's just an ass whooping. When you get, Alabama against Tennessee Chattanooga, it's just an ass whooping. In college basketball, you feel like there's more of a chance.
The brand is the sport.
Yes,
Not
and
the
and
teams
and in
within the sport.
football, I think it's the schools, the
Yeah.
team. I think is the brand.
Can I give a tinfoil hat theory on why football is just breaking down? Number one is the bowl system. These guys, there's chairmen of the Rose Bowl. These guys are boomers, and they're 90 now. They don't have the pull or the fight. The bowl system used to be king because all these dudes band together and be like, we are not letting this break. And the bowl system is falling apart because all these dudes have been presidents, and get paid $20 million a year for one game to be the chairman of the Peach Bowl. That shit ain't happening anymore. And because of that, it's all falling apart.
Yeah, I think the bowl thing is just there's too many. 15, 20 years ago, we had, obviously the Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Orange Bowl. You still had the Cotton Bowl. The Peach Bowl was still there. The Gator Bowl. Those were still it was like 10 or 12. Now we got the fucking Mayo Bowl.
Barstool has a bowl.
Yeah.
Snoop has a bowl this year. It's freaking.
That's the Barstool one, I think.
Yeah.
The Arizona one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the Barstool.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. So
Yeah, I think that's kind of demand. And the guys don't want to play because they don't want to play in the bowl game, right? It's like, I'm getting ready for the next season. I'm getting ready for the NFL, for
Did
the
you see
draft,
that
the
new rule
combine,
change?
whatever.
Did you see the new rule change that guys can't opt out in bowl
I
games
see
anymore?
that I love because especially for guys, let's say, when the bowl games come out, you're looking at the lines, and this was 10 years ago. You're like, okay, I like that game. I like that game. Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the line comes out, and 2 days before the game, 3 days, a week before the game, line was 7.5. Now all of a sudden it's 1.5 the other way or 2.5 this way because the
By the
guys
way,
are opting out.
CMC started all this bullshit with opting out in the Bulls.
He's a running back. I get that. But you know what? I'd write that in. Like the school, especially if you're a booster, you know what? You need to perform. You need to play in a bowl game. You need to play 13, 14 games, whatever it is. If you're opting out, fuck it. Then you know what? You got to give something back. Donate it to a freshman coming in or something.
Donate to Bosco.
Or give it back to the school or whatever.
Don't give
By
it
the
to
way,
Mater
so
Dei.
let's jump in to the
We
NBA.
just saw some crazy shit. Dude.
So I told these guys last week in this group chat, and these guys love
I fought you.
they
on it.
love the ant farm, the Jordan comparison bullshit. Listen, and Rich said, Rich is a white
baller.
a baller, a big baller, and he's a white dude. And he said that Luka is white and he can't be the face of the league. Luka is that.
It's
ninja.
not that he's white.
He said he's white. He can't be the face of the league.
I said he's a white soft Euro.
The two best players in the league, today are white.
Mhm.
Whether they're European or not, but they're white and they can ball. And Luka's the closest thing all around player. Like, oh, you don't play no defense. Bro, does anybody play defense?
He's been
Like,
better.
and by the way,
in
you
playoffs.
old timers that the game is soft. Did you see the play? I don't know if you were paying attention, but the play where Kyrie's dribbling and Ant is on his ass, bang, pop, 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 pop. No foul call. Bang, giggity, giggity. He was banging them.
Pop,
They
pop,
were
pop.
banging. They were banging. They were banging.
Double
Luka had to
down.
hit this step back three on the road in Gobert's face.
That was-
Gets the two-time defensive player of the year.
I mean, he's out there he's not in his element. Gobert's out in he's not in his element out there.
Look at this.
So it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. And Luka had words after the game was over.
Oh yeah.
After the game was over.
Dude, that's legend shit right there.
Luka is.
No, but he hasn't had moments like this.
The fuck
No,
he
he
hasn't.
has.
Do you not
Yes,
remember
he
the
has.
Clippers?
I mean, like last week.
He
Dude,
disrespected
the
yeah.
fuck.
No. He's had moments. When he played the Clippers a
Yeah.
couple years ago, he's had these moments.
But this is the Western Conference Championship.
He's had these moments, and he's the leader of this team, clearly. And to me, right now, today, he's the second best player in the league behind the Joker. You can fight whatever you want.
No,
I don't
I'm
think
not gonna fight it.
I don't think you can say that he's not the second best. He went and beat SGA, which I told you that team is trash. SGA is a phenomenal player. The rest of the turds,
Oh yeah.
you need another player.
Put
You have
some
too many role
respect
players.
on
You
Lou
need a
Dort's
big-
name.
He's a role player. You need more. You need two studs and then a bunch of role players. Like that, you just have a team of entire Jalen Williams. Like you got two guys the same fucking name. Like you should get the fuck out of here.
I think they're spelled the same too.
I think so too. I think so too. But no, the SGA, the Thunder, they were no match for Luka.
Listen,
And Minnesota right now is no match
I
after the
thought-
first two.
looking at Dallas in the first series, they look tired. Luka looks fragile, but dude has a different kind of look in his eye right now.
I thought after last week, after the series with the Thunder, I thought if Kyrie played the way he played against the Thunder, that Dallas wouldn't have a chance in this game.
yeah.
And Luka just like it didn't. Kyrie, by the way,
What are Kyrie's numbers in this game? I'm very curious.
this is the important note at the end of this game. Kyrie missed three of the last four free throws that he shot. He missed them.
Oh yeah, that was cruel.
You saw that.
Brutal.
He misses the first one of the first two, and then on the last one, he misses both.
Yep.
And Kyrie Irving, who's a 90+% free throw shooter for his career, I believe.
Kyrie had 24 and 6.
Yeah, and see how many turnovers he had. He was very sloppy with the ball in the fourth,
And he was rough from three tonight.
and he had a bad game in the first. In
Yeah.
the second quarter or in the third quarter, he must have missed.
Turnovers.
He had two turnovers.
Luka
I
had
thought
4.
I thought it looked a lot worse.
Luka
but-
had 32, 10, and 13.
Yeah, Luka is, dude. When listen, you can say he doesn't play defense, but when a guy has 13 rebounds and like 11 of them are defensive, that means something. Let's not forget Dennis Rodman. Yeah, he blocked shots, but he averaged 16 rebounds a game. Luka's putting up 12, 13 in these playoffs.
Yeah.
Or 11 or whatever. The man is he's up there.
He's on one right now.
He's
He's on
arriba,
one
and
right
he
now.
is that dude.
Is Minnesota dead?
2-0.
Dead
I
man
mean-
walking. I mean, this is in freaking Minnesota, guys.
They lost three in a row to Denver, came back and won that game. I know Denver collapsed in game 7. That was an absolute collapse in game 7. Losing these first two at home, though, going into Dallas, that crowd on Sunday, if that crowd is way into it and Dallas jumps on them early, I don't know. They climbed back against Denver on the road in Game 7, huge game, obviously. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can come back from this.
What's your prediction right now?
I think Dallas wins it in 5.
I don't see why not.
I think Dallas wins it in 5 the way it stands. I thought Dallas would win this series in 7. I didn't think they'd do it like this. I didn't think they'd win this game tonight. Down 12 at halftime.
I didn't think so either.
I didn't either.
That was a huge 3 by Kyrie, by the way. That was off of 2 offensive rebounds. So, but Towns had a terrible game today.
Luka got up there so quick.
Of course he did. He's the darkest dude on that board. It's Shaq, Draymond Green, and Charles Barkley with Kenny Smith and Luka. More ninja than damn cats tonight. That's my dude tonight.
Ryan Holmes said Ant was 5 of 17. Looks like he got nothing left in that bag.
Oh no, this and guys are gonna say he's too young, and obviously he's 22 years old,
Very young.
and to be compared to Michael Jordan,
He didn't want it. He was very stop doing it.
well, no, he said what he said was I can shoot the 3. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he didn't. It's not that he actually dogged.
No, he said, I want people to stop. It came out of his mouth. I want people to stop comparing me to Jordan. I saw him, but then he said, but I'm different. I can't shoot the 3.
That's what he said. That's what he said. I think it was a phenomenal performance by Luka tonight. I mean, win or lose this game, he was great, and there's just that 3. It's like my goodness.
Think about this last year. Think about this last year. The fall, because I'm so blown away by this. I did not believe Kyrie goes there. They missed the playoffs. They had a 3% chance to miss the playoffs, and they freaking just fell off the cliff.
Yeah,
and I didn't think it was going to work.
Me neither.
And I'm seeing this with my own eyes. I'm shocked. I would have never called.
Well,
this.
last year I thought this would be the worst trade. Like Kyrie going there because he had to buy the ball. Kyrie's taking a step back, letting Luka do his thing. And I think the trade for PJ Washington, I said it when it happened, that was a phenomenal trade for them because PJ can score.
And the Lively kid,
Lively and Gafford, the 2 bigs tonight, they had very big games. Nas Reed played phenomenal as well.
He's a rookie, man, and he looks amazing.
Yeah,
he's just too athletic. He jumps all over the place. Is Lively a Sierra Canyon kid? I was trying to.
He looks like one, doesn't he?
I feel like he was.
I feel like he's like a light-skinned Marvin Bagley.
Oh, is that? I'm trying to figure
Is that
out.
who you're confusing him with?
Maybe so. Me and Jacob were like, I think it's a Sierra Canyon kid.
Could be. He's got the prototype.
Yeah,
he's got the prototype of Chatsworth,
yes,
City of Chatsworth.
Yes.
But so on Mavs up 2-0. On to the next series, also up 2-0, the Celtics.
Yeah.
Halliburton's hurt. I think that series is over. I think the Celtics just sweep them. I was watching that game last night, and this is what kind of stuck out to me. They're down 15 with about 6.5 left. So they're down 15. It's the NBA, 15 points for the Pacers who can shoot the 3. Mm-hmm. They had Siakam, Turner, and TJ McConnell, who obviously was running the point after Halliburton got hurt. They're all on the bench with 6.5 minutes left.
That was a big...
So did you throw in the towel? You threw in the towel at 6.5 minutes down 15 because there's no way that you thought the lineup you had out there was going to score.
Carlisle took a ton of shit for that.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. It was the story of the day. What are they doing? Why are they giving up? It's a bad message. He came out and said, listen, my guys need rest. So
you thought the game was over? 6.5 minutes left. You're down 15.
It was
like we can erase 15 in a hurry. You hit a 3, you get a stop, you hit another 3, you're down 9.
A lot of people questioned that, and he had to answer a lot of questions. I didn't like the answers because you should have won that game 1, in my opinion.
Yeah, once you lost game 1, but I knew
it.
Once they lost game 1, it was over.
Away. They
gave it away.
They gave that game away, and to sort of. I thought it was a bad message, a bad signal to pull everyone like that. And
with 6.5 left, you didn't bring any of those guys back in.
Piss off a lot of people. So, what's your prediction on
I think the Celtics sweep them. If Halliburton's not playing game 3, I think it's over.
Yeah, it looks like a sweep now.
So I think it's a sweep, and they're favored tomorrow by 7.5. That's a blue chip right there. Celtics tomorrow minus 7.5. I think they're going to kill them. And I also like the over in that game if you guys want to take the over.
So we're predicting Boston, which everyone thought Boston would be there.
Everybody thought Boston. I think Boston's right now at minus 200 yesterday to win the title. They might be minus 300 now if the Mavs are ahead. I'd love to see that. You'd have Luka and I mean, you'd have Luka and Kyrie, but you could kind of look at Luka kind of as it's two-headed monsters, but in reality, it's been Luka this entire playoffs. Like Kyrie's
had one good half, either first half or second
well,
half.
it's always been the second half. I think game one, he had a good first half.
Yeah.
And he knew, because we had said, like I said, he needs to come out and play. If he don't play.
And he played, and he
if he don't play like Kyrie.
22 points in the first half, he was a baller.
Yeah.
I think that series, Celtics and Mavs, I think would be entertaining for the league. I mean, it's Boston, and then you have the Mavs. You have Luka, who I think is one of the two best players in the league right now.
Listen, I haven't been a fan of Boston all year. They've had the best record all year. I think I've called them pretenders. I've called them soft. Do the Celtics need Kristaps Porzingis?
Yes,
to
beat
win
the title.
Mavs?
I think they need him to win the title, and he's supposed to be back game 4. Maybe now you don't bring him back, especially if you're up 3-0. Maybe you don't bring him back. Maybe you bring him in and play him a couple minutes. I don't know, but I think they need him to beat the Mavs because Tatum, for as good as he is,
oh man, it's so frustrating.
Like as
sometimes.
good as he is, it's frustrating to watch sometimes. Like yesterday, he got going in that third quarter, and he went on a run there where he scored 6 or 8 in a row, and he's got to see the. But his
Jalen was the dude.
Yesterday Jalen went 14 the first quarter or something.
Yeah,
Tatum forgets how good he is sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like his jumper. I think he settles too many times for the 3.
Yeah, and then once he gets a couple shots in, he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm kind of good at this."
Yeah,
and then he rebuilds his confidence.
Something like that. There, he goes missing. He goes MIA for too long, and I don't think you can have that. But I do think if it's the Mavs and the Celtics, I think Kyrie will have a huge series because I don't think they can.
I have so much faith in Kyrie, and
I think he's going to have a huge series. I think he's going to. And Drew's a phenomenal defender.
Oh,
but Kyrie in the fourth quarter, although he didn't finish great, he had some amazing plays to the basket.
Can I say this, that I'm really liking Drew, and he seems so underrated.
He's underrated.
Like, I feel like he's just been great for them, man.
He's underrated, and the Bucks should have never got rid of him. That was a tough break for the Bucks. Why would you get, I know you got Lillard, but dude, Drew plays defense.
Dude.
Drew plays.
I've been wanting to say that for a couple of weeks, that I've really grown to appreciate his game. I really wasn't a huge fan. I don't know if it was a UCLA thing, but watching him in these last few series, I'm like, wow. This dude
Drew. And he could shoot the 3.
Yeah. Derek Brown. I mean, my God. There's
Derek White.
Derek White.
Yeah.
Wrong color.
Wrong color. But he's brown, light skinned, but he's brown. But his last name is White.
So I won't put you to the fire right now and predict a championship winner yet.
If Porzingis isn't playing, I'll take the Mavs.
Wow. All right.
I want Luka to hoist that trophy. So
he looks really good. So I don't know if we're gonna end the show. We are gonna do a UFC recap or for next week. So we could end the show and then film that after.
Yeah, we're at 2:30 right now.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's give a nice goodbye and thank you to, first of all, Ryan Holmes, to Big John. We have Luke, the water polo coach. Congratulations to all the people that are graduating.
Lauren, Ralphie, Big John.
Yes, proud of all of you guys. It's a very amazing accomplishment that I never even snipped. Very difficult for me.
Ditto.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you again. We're gonna shut it down and then give a nice UFC segment
For sure. All right, fellas.
Yeah.